everybody, what's going on? Rob Cesternino, and I'm back with you for our Patron Q&A after the finale of Survivor 49. Yes, and as we look ahead to Survivor 50 and everything else going up, the patrons are going to be calling in. And I said to the team, hey, let's go live on the YouTube channel too today. Why not? Why not? Okay, so if you're watching us here on YouTube today and you're enjoying what we have going on, think about maybe checking out robhaswebsite.com/patrons. It could be you calling in. All right. We have here with us a guy who's here every week, but it's very special today because it's also, in addition to being Friday, it's also a birthday for Derek.
Woo woo! TGIF! Happy birthday to me. Welcome to my party.
and happy birthday to you, Derek, who does so much for the patrons. Derek, how are you doing?
You know what? It has been a long couple of days. I feel like I'm in my own Home Alone 2, trying to get home to see my family through a blizzard. I got stranded yesterday in Bismarck, North Dakota, because our plane couldn't land because of a blizzard. And they were like, okay, well, your options are stay here and try to get home, or you can go back to Vegas for 3 days. We'll see when we can fly you out. So I met a woman who was traveling from China who didn't hardly speak any English. She was probably 60 years old. And me and her and this other lady were like, oh, let's we just kind of made a little family and helped each other get in a vehicle today and drive 5 hours back to Grand Forks, North Dakota. And it was just you know what, for as stressful as it was one of those moments where you're like, wow, people can be really kind and nice, in moments of stressful emergency. So,
well, you're always nice. And so did you help the woman from China get to where she needed to go?
Yes. She was having a hard time communicating with the pilot and the staff on the plane. And they were just sort of she was trying to give them her phone so they could talk to her son.
And just a little peek behind the curtain. We had a meeting yesterday, and then Derek called in, and we couldn't hear him. And he's like, "I'm at an airport. I'm helping a woman who doesn't speak English." We're like, okay, we'll let you get back to what you're doing.
Yeah, it was technology is great because you have Translate right in your phone now. So we're just trading phones back and forth, trying to communicate. But yeah, it was a really sweet day, despite all of the busy, hectic craziness. So
look,
but I made it home.
You could find meaning in unpleasant events, then it means you're doing something right.
I think there's always a lesson to be learned in every moment in life if you have that ability to sort of take a breath and look at a different perspective, I guess.
Yes, look at this wisdom that comes with another year of going around the sun. From Derek.
I'm so old and wise now. And you can get more of this wisdom next month on our next episode of Nicole Knows It All. Sometimes I have.
Wait, this is from Nicole?
No, I'm just, Nicole is very wise, has lots of wisdom to offer, but I'm there too. Sometimes I like to give my 2 cents. So
okay. All right, so Derek, what do you want to let the patrons know about?
Well, I mean, we just announced a bunch of live shows for next spring, so it's still very early, so we haven't really started a lot of the ticketing and but we're going to be doing a bunch of patron events at all the live shows. I have already had a few people reach out to me about helping with the planning committee, so maybe we'll get a jump start on that and start creating our Discord groups for those cities. So yeah, I mean, if you want to be a part of that early planning stuff, hit me up, let me know. But otherwise, next Friday we are doing a special Q&A, Rob.
Yes.
For the patrons. It's going to be a traders Q&A.
Okay.
With Puya.
Yeah. So this came up last week. I think it was May who called in, who had asked hey, can Puya do a Q&A about all the English speaking seasons of the traders that we've seen in the second half of the year? And Puya was like, bet. I'll be there. And also, we kicked off our Traders Season 4 player profiles. I listened to the most wonderful podcast today with Puya and Mike Bloom and Eric Stein. I loved it so much. And they talked about all of the great players that are going to be on the Traders Season 4. And they're going to be dropping one a day. I was listening to Puya talk to Bryce about Dorinda earlier today.
That's very exciting.
Last year, Maggie Morgan talked about Dorinda.
Who will talk about Dorinda next year?
Yeah,
stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right, Derek. Anything else on your plate to tell people about?
I mean,
Oh,
RHAP related, not really. I'm just,
okay.
tail end of a big project I'm working on, and so
Taylor, I think you're getting started.
well, we're at the end of our fundraising phase for our,
Mhm.
and then new adventures start after Christmas and going into production in January. So
Okay.
life is crazy. It's busy.
All
It's
right.
good
Thanks,
times.
Derek.
So
Okay. All right.
good to see you all.
Bye. Okay, then another couple of quick things. We have some podcasts that we're working on for you next week. On Monday, I'm going to record the next listener mailbag episode of Rob as a Podcast. We're going to do that as a patron episode and drop it on Patreon. Over the holidays, we'll probably drop that in the main feed also, but we are going to put it out on Patreon on Monday. And so we have opened up a question thread. Not sure if we have a quick link to that, but be on the lookout for that. Sam, let me know what's the easiest way to get people the question link for the mailbag.
Yeah, let me set up the link again, but also we have a channel in the Patron Discord, the Ask Rob Anything. Please put questions in there. We definitely take from there.
Sure.
We'll take from anywhere.
Not the easiest thing to tell people. Go to Discord and ask questions.
For some people, it is.
I guess for some people, but that is also not what I'm asking for. So let's find a way for me to easily tell people on the podcast to be able to send in questions for the mailbag show, please. Then also, we're working on a new era winner rankings podcast. And so we want to have a fan vote as part of it. Now that we do have a easy link to. What is that, Sam? robswebsite.com/new era winners.
That's it.
Right. If you want to cast your vote on ranking the new era winners, I'm going to talk with Mike Bloom and Shannon Gus, and we will come away from that podcast with the definitive list of ranking the new era winners. So some fun stuff coming up for you next week before the holiday. All right.
Yeah, give it like 30 seconds and robasawebsite.com/robmailbag will be live and good to go.
Sounds good. Okay. Thank you. All right. Let's go ahead and let me say hi to Scott from Omaha. Hey, Scott.
Hello, Rob.
Are you doing On Fire?
I should not be the one to do that, by
Yes.
the way. I'm sorry.
Is that what? Yes. Is that what your
It was bad enough that you couldn't even tell what I was trying to do there. So
yeah. What is it?
I was trying to do, when Jeff closes the show.
Oh, On Fire. Yes.
Yes.
I got it. I got what you're doing.
Okay. Well, you're not closing the show, so it was probably not
That's true.
appropriate there.
That's true.
I love how much Jeremy comes in there with the "let's go" right after that. He turns into
He gets pumped up.
Casey. Yes, he does.
I'd love to talk to Jeremy off the record and see how he felt about everything. But he seemed like he had fun.
I think he did a great job.
He didn't seem like he
did
minded that he got thrown under the bus a little bit.
The whole, obviously the 1.5 wins thing, it's come up, and hopefully he's gotten past that. I think that everything else he did with the show was
interesting conversation could be, is Brandon here? Is there anything to a who will be the co-host of On Fire draft?
Ooh, that is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Especially getting season 50. Who is it going to be, new era or old era?
Yeah, so text Brandon, see if that's a good idea. All right.
So I know you have a lot of people in the call here, Rob, and I did want to talk to you about something. You have had an amazing set of interviews this season. A lot of people, the old school. Recently you had Austin and Drew on. And
yes.
Drew talked a little bit about elements of like storytelling and conflicts and storytelling and stuff. I do believe Survivor has heavily leaned into that in the new era. Jeff talked a lot about Survivor,
storytelling,
the
or
monster.
Yeah,
just more of leaning into. There's player versus player. There's a player versus nature. Both of those are very present in Survivor and kind of obvious how it happens. Player versus the game, I think, has been something that they've addressed a lot lately, to where they're changing the game up and how you consider the rules of the game and expectations going into it.
I agree. I do feel like that where we saw in the early days of Survivor, there was a lot of interpersonal conflict. I do feel like that's something that in terms of the storytelling, they have largely moved away from in favor of the things that you're talking about of man versus the elements, man versus self. And of course I use man as in, humanity, human versus the versus like expectations versus like internal struggle. And I think it's been a little bit more about overcoming and self-discovery necessarily than interpersonal conflict.
I think a lot of the player versus the game sort of thing has been very much of like your ability to
Adapt.
overcome in the game and everything. And I think from Survivor's standpoint, they're producing it to change your expectations of what
Yeah.
the game is,
The
the
show is the
fundamentals of it.
monster.
Yeah,
Just when you think you have it figured out, here comes Mr. Beast.
I I honestly I do believe Mr. Beast comes in, says, "Here's a large sum of money. Would you take that to leave the game or do something to change the give up your vote or something like that?"
Mm-hmm.
So I honestly I'm kind of excited. I think they Survivor 50 may be something where
Yeah.
they go out of their way and do some interesting things, but I'm more excited to look forward to them. I'd rather they push the boundaries,
Yeah.
especially on a season like this.
Scott, I would say if I had to guess what Mr. Beast does, I do not believe that it is within the ethos of Survivor of like, would you walk away from the game for a cash prize? I don't think that that's, and while that was a part of Beast games, I do not think that that is a part of Survivor. What I could see is that Mr. Beast says, hey, here's this like random game of chance and almost like a like supersized journey of like, here is this like incredible god power in the game, but if you lose this game of chance, you are now either out of the game or like a hamster wheel type situation, or that you have like lost your vote for the rest of the game.
And I want them to take these sort of creative leaps and stuff like that. And I don't want to waste all that. I've been a long time player of a game called Magic the Gathering, and
Okay.
my nerd credentials just went way through the roof there. One of the things that they've done through there, it's another game that's been around for a long time, and they're willing to sort of stretch power and make cards that they have even had to ban and say you can't play these anymore. And at some point, that is good to where you're able to find out what the limits are of what you can do, and that also creatively you can find new ways to stretch the game and find what is really powerful and what is sort of a way to creatively stretch it and allow
Yeah.
players to be the one driving strategy.
Yeah, I think that we do want the show to take chances. I do feel like that the chances that they take are like I know that we're very much in our Stadler and Waldorf era of like we don't like them to take chances. But like I do wish that they had a track record though of like, hey, you all said that you weren't gonna like blah blah blah, and look at us. Look, we cooked with that.
And I think we should let them cook, honestly.
Let
Very
them
much.
cook with that. Okay. But what has been the big swing of the new era that you feel like that has cooked?
I really think just sort of making idols. Basically, they've changed how people go about getting them,
You like the
and
beware advantages. I could see that.
a lot of times, if you're going to get an idol now, it's going to be very public. There's been very few
Hmm.
times where somebody has an idol that somebody else does not know about that to some extent. There's some advantages that become that Soph's knowledge is power was hidden to a point. So I definitely think that's kind of changed the way that your expectations of how you're going to go about and get them. We're not going to have Russell coming in and finding an idol with no clues or anything. It's going to take you
Hmm.
following their rules and their set of circumstances to get that.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I think that's kind of like a minor thing, but I guess that the best changes I think they can make are sort of like minor adjustments as opposed to these bigger things where we're like, wait, what are they doing?
I agree, and I think for a season like this is where I'm allowing them to take sort of a big swing.
Okay, so
So
Scott, you don't mind because we had a clip out where I said, hey, if you were going to take a crazy swing like this, do it in 49 and just let them play. Like in 50, we're all excited. Just let this be a normal game. And you brought back all these people, whereas opposed to who cares if you make like a crazy game for the Survivor 49 cast?
I kind of either way. I
Yeah.
don't think it's really going to do a lot in a normal season to see people that are coming out in their first time adjusting to the game. If you bring it up in something where everybody's been out there and hasn't a chance to experience,
Yeah.
and you can kind of see how they can creatively adapt to it. Plus, they're going to be the ones that you want to change things up for more than someone who's coming out their first time.
All right. All right. Well, Scott, good points all around. Enjoy the magic.
Such a pleasure.
And your gatherings. Okay,
And
Scott?
good best of luck when you make it to Dancing with the Stars, by the way.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay,
Thank you.
Bye. I have Eric Stein with me every week. Okay, let me say hi to Sarah Cupcakes. Sarah, how are you?
Hi, friend. I am so great. I am showing off my new Survivor buff that I got from Laura in the RHAP gift exchange, and
Oh,
it's
nice.
personalized. It says Sarah Cupcakes on it.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is my prize.
And what does your
possession.
shirt say?
Oh, it's my athletic fail wear. This is an Eric Musselman shirt, who was head coach of the Razorbacks and went back to California. So I wear it with pride.
Yeah. Okay. So Sarah did we were chatting while I was at Sam's Club this morning.
Going clubbing. Yes, that's bold going
Yes.
clubbing on a Friday morning. Mr. Cupcakes and I are Saturday afternoon clubbers.
Well, so it was probably going to be a little crazy. Tomorrow is Nicole's annual holiday bash. And so we needed to go and do some shopping for the big party. And we had to do it while the kids were at school. And it was a half day.
Absolutely. What's on the menu for the party?
So Nicole was going to be making some trays of baked ziti. She's actually done a good job of getting ahead of things. We're going to make some chicken tenders for the kids. And then I think, tater tots. I bought a big thing of I'm just like, what can I just throw in the oven that here, take this?
You gotta put some cheese on top of the tater tots. In the
Oh, you
oven.
think so? Okay.
Yeah, that's a good call. But if it winds up being really good, just send me some in the mail and I'll try it and I'll give my review on that.
Yeah, I bought a big bag of frozen meatballs.
The Sam's Club meatballs are excellent.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
We haven't had any complaints, so we'll see. But yeah, nothing too fancy, Sarah. Okay, so what's on your mind?
I love the finale. I think it was long. I think any show over 90 minutes is too long, though. So that's not
3
that's
hours
not
is a long time for the Survivor finale. So what was it that you really loved about it?
It was fun. I was expecting Savannah to win, but how Christina went out and Sage being in the final 3, that did give me an element of surprise. It wasn't a shock, but it was surprise. And Savannah has not been my favorite player this season, but how she presented herself at Final Tribal and seeing those 3 women together and bonding, that was so fun to watch. And I like moments like that. It wasn't over the top, but it was a good moment.
Sarah, even Nicole said that Savannah was kind of growing on her by the end of the episode.
Yeah, and she's kind of grown on me too. And I know there's been commentary, women don't like strong women. I love strong women, but there have been things about Savannah that have rubbed me the wrong way. And when you see people one-dimensional, yeah, it's easy to say like, I don't like this person. But as we got to see a little bit more of her dynamic, I certainly appreciate her as a character in the game.
You know what Nicole liked? I think she liked it when she took Sage on the reward.
That was a lovely conversation between the two of them. And I'm listening to what you were either saying with Sam or on Know-It-Alls about, I thought she was buttering her up.
That's what I thought.
But the conversation felt very genuine. And I think that's what I was looking for from Savannah all season, because it's okay to be driven and have this goal in mind, but there's a little bit of authenticity that felt like was missing in her earlier edit. And so I thought that was a good way to wrap up the Savannah story.
Yeah. Okay.
I also want to say that I am thrilled. This is a hot take. I loved the season 50 preview, and I loved the format.
Well, I did get the chance to. My kids had gone to bed, and I was telling Anthony, my 10-year-old, I said, "Hey, Anthony, guess what? You're never going to guess who's going to be on Survivor 50." And he's like, "Who?" I was like, "Mr. Beast." He's like, "No, he's not." I was like, "Yeah, watch this. Watch the trailer." And he was watching it for like a minute. He's like, "He's not in it. You're lying." I'm like, "No, keep watching." So he was pretty pumped up, but he was a little disappointed Mr. Beast wasn't a player on Survivor 50. So
hey, anything can happen in the new era. So
is that the mistake? Should Mr. Beast have played Survivor 50?
I don't know. As long as he doesn't take out Dr. Hubicki, I'm fine. He can do whatever he wants to, because that's who I'm rooting for in season 50. Now, here's what I liked about it. So I am not a Survivor purist, But there really needs to be some new life breathed into the game. And this is just something so fun and different. And I don't think that they will go Big Brother about it, because Big Brother would do something like this and then they would make that is what we're doing every single season and lean into it and like, what are we doing here? Like, what's the game? But we've seen all of these players before, and it'll reel in people who have not watched since the earlier season. So I say lean into it, promote the heck out of it. I'm interested to see what they'll do with it.
Yeah. Okay. I will take a wait and see approach. You know, I don't think it'll be as big of a deal. Like, I think it's more like, why are you doing it? Like, I think that ultimately, if, you know, the Billie Eilish Boomerang Idol, like, I don't think necessarily, other than having to say Billie Eilish Boomerang Idol, will necessarily be game altering. Like, in terms of like, if they just had a different power, if there was something that was in the game that was a Boomerang Idol, nobody would bat an eye or think twice. But because it's called the Billie Eilish Boomerang Idol, or the, you know, Jimmy Fallon vote steal, that I think that it's going to be like met with like a little bit of a groan. But I think maybe, was it Nicole was saying to me, like, okay, well, at least like Jimmy Fallon is going to be on his show talking about what's going on Survivor. And I think that that's really what they're going for. So look, if that, listen, I'm just a dumb podcaster. Okay. What do I know about how to fix Survivor? If the powers that be say this is it, this is what they need to do, I mean, we're going to see what happens.
Well, Rob, you are our dumb podcaster.
That's right.
So,
Yes.
no, I will just finalize this by saying that I think if they make it camp as opposed to, like, you know, so serious, I think some of the camp elements have been missing from Survivor. So I will take the wait and see as well, but I am optimistic.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much, Sarah. Okay.
Thank you. Have a good
Bye.
one.
Okay.
Hey,
All
Rob, before we
Yes,
go to
Sam?
the next one, there was one other plug I think we wanted to make. Tomorrow, 1 p.m., be sure to tune in. Kane and Franny approached us to do some a holiday D&D special, so that will be premiering and will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so Kane and Franny came to us with an idea for after, you know, we had done all the Blood on the Clock Tower, and they were big in the D&D world, and they said, hey, would you ever do a Rob's Podcast Dungeons and Dragons special? And so for the D&D holiday special is going to be premiering on 1 o'clock on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, it was a really fun time. It's Rob, it's Stephen Fishback, Kane is the storyteller, well, I said Stephen Fishback is Ebenezer Scrooge. We have Keanu from Big Brother.
Big Keanu week on Rob's
Keanu
Podcast.
week, you know, he's a big D&D guy. We have Gabby, Claire Rafis, and Franny. Yeah. It's a really fun time, so be sure to check it out tomorrow at 1.
Okay, check that out tomorrow. All right. Let me say hello to, you know, Tommy Guam. We always get to so late. Let me go to Tommy Guam early. Tommy!
Rob, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Everything's cool.
Yeah, I was out. I got all my errands
saw
done
that.
this
You got-
morning.
you got to the
Talked
liquor store?
Sage. I went to the liquor store. It was too early. Liquor store is not open until 11 a.m.
And I got the that's
Nicole
good, I
has
guess,
to
in a
get
way.
her signature cocktails.
What are you buying? Some vodka? What do you got?
I think we
Tequila?
already have vodka, but I don't know. I don't know what is in her, like the drinks that she is like getting, you know, like pre-made
Okay.
or on the menu.
She's just gonna mix up some. I remember her last year doing
She has
that.
like
I
a
can't remember what
pitcher,
she made.
right?
Yeah.
Like these ladies come over, and then it's like, "Where's our martinis?"
What are you drinking, Rob?
You know, Tommy, to be perfectly honest, like I am actually not that big of a drinker anymore. I used to be, like, back in the day.
Me
I used to, like, even into my 30s, like I used to like enjoy beers, and it would be like a real treat. But honestly, like I really find that I don't really enjoy it that much anymore.
Me either. I used to love drinking.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
We went out to dinner a couple of weeks ago, and I said, okay, listen, I'm going to, because my wife is always like, you're not being fun. You're no fun. I'm like, all right, fine. And I said, okay, I'll drink wine. And it was like, I enjoyed it during that. But I woke up, I had like the worst, like
Too sweet. Too much sugar, Rob.
In the middle, I woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, like, oh my God, my head is pounding. So it's just, it's not as fun.
I'll have like one bourbon now, and I'm drunk, and I'm like, that's it, I'm done. That, you know.
If anything, I just hold it.
Yeah, you got to get a little salsa with a lemon in there. It looks good.
Yeah. for people that just like don't drink, I think that that's the move, because if you don't just hold it, it's like, hey, what's your problem? Come on.
I like my marijuana anyway a little more these days. So
no comment.
Just the
Tommy.
season, Rob.
Yeah,
Get my
tis the
trees, my
season.
Christmas trees.
It's the season. Okay.
So a little talk about the finale. I thought it was a good finale. I thought Savannah was good. You know, I mean, good winner, solid winner without a doubt.
But where does she
Rizzo.
rank?
I'm thinking about that. I think she's definitely the top half easily. You know, I mean, I think top 4. I would put her in the new era. You know, I mean, what did
Is
she
she
really
on your Mount Rushmore, Tommy Guam?
of the new era? I don't know. Of players or winners?
Winners.
Probably. She'll probably make. Nah. I don't think she'll make my Mount Rushmore.
I think there's a lot of factors that are going to go into.
Yeah.
I'm going to really think about this, because I really want to know how many times did they get what they want. Savannah actually, I think, has a really good track record of what did she want to have happen. How many times did that happen? She did get blindsided on the Nate vote.
Yeah.
She could have potentially gotten blindsided on the vote where Jawan went home. It had Sophie Segretti not mentioned it.
Easily. Yeah.
So, just how much control did they have? This is how I get myself in trouble, when I did the TEOS winner rankings, that I do like to look at how much control did they have. And people would say well, that just because Sandra didn't control what was going on doesn't mean that she's not as good of a winner. It's but I have to go off something. What do you want me to do?
It's kind of interesting because I remember bringing it up to you, I think, at the beginning of the season, that I was kind of confused between Rachel's win and Dee's win and then Kyle's win. But then Savannah kind of played from all the positions. She was on the bottom, she was in the middle, and then she was on the top, in all different orders. So it was kind of interesting.
People compared Rachel to Mike Holloway, but I think that Savannah actually had the full Mike Holloway experience of
I can see that.
really running things in the pre-merge, and then now it's completely turned on its head, and now playing from the bottom in the post-merge.
Yeah, I mean, she had to win out pretty much to get to the end. I think she would have been voted off if she didn't have immunity a couple of times. So
yep,
that was good. My casual mother loved it.
Okay, yeah, my mom was a big Savannah fan also. Yeah. Then also, Tommy, I was reminded after you and Sarah Cupcakes called in, we have a very fun podcast coming up tomorrow. Uncle Kiwi and I, Home Alone commentary is dropping
nice.
Tomorrow morning. Be on the lookout for the Rob and Akiva holiday special Home Alone commentary.
Can I just run through a couple of real quick things before Sam kicks me off, Rob? Okay. Zach Brown, that was my Rudy Bosch moment, easily. Same as you.
I don't even know. Where's Rudy?
Survivor's turned into more of Jeff's Jumanji, I feel like, but whatever. We'll go with that.
I don't even know who Zach Brown is, and I think I never will. What was funny about that was that in the trailer, here's freaking Rizgod being like, "Oh my God, is that Zach Brown?" Like Rizgod, cut it out, man. You don't know who Zach Brown is.
Well, him and Sam are about the same age, and Sam knew who it was, right?
Rizgod knows who Zach Brown is.
He hangs out on the bars on McLean Avenue in the Bronx, Rob. He probably heard that before.
Stop it.
I'm just saying. All right, and the best thing about the new era, Rob, the diversity initiative worked.
Okay, look. I don't want to say that nothing worked in the new era. Although, are they still doing it? I don't know. But it's so the things that we would say hey, listen to us. I think what is a frustrating disconnect for people is there will be thousands of people online saying the same thing, but if Jimmy Fallon says it okay, all right, we got it. Okay, all right, we're going to change that. We'll change that right away. Okay, that's a good point, Jimmy Fallon. Yeah.
But I do see a lot of people excited about Mr. Beast and Billie Eilish online, so it's kind of,
I would love if this is the greatest thing to a Survivor is having a moment on the back of Mr. Beast and Billie Eilish. I would love that.
That's good. That's great. All right, Rob. Sam's kicking me out. Just one more thing. If anybody sees me online trolling some casuals, I know nothing about 50. I'm just telling everybody Suri won and Rizzo came in fourth. That's all.
Okay. All right, Tommy. You do you, okay? All right.
I'm bored, Rob.
Happy holidays, Tommy. Okay, bye. Okay. Let me go to Sari. Sari, how are you?
Hello, Rob. Happy Friday. I'm doing amazing. How are you today?
Happy Friday. Yeah, doing really well.
I'm a little laggy here, so I just want to make sure I'm coming through okay.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, awesome. Cool. You excited for the holiday party this weekend?
I am going to do my best to get excited. It is not my natural, like, it's not my thing, but I'm trying to go in with a really good attitude.
Amen. Hey, you're good with people. Yeah, I'm sure everyone will walk away being like, "Oh, Rob was a delight."
I'm really good with people like in smaller groups, in like one-on-ones and smaller groups. Like a party is not really my, perfect setup.
Oh, I can't wait to see you at the round table then.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna keep the pace here, like Sam said, on it. I had a great time with the finale, even though I was one of the people that kind of got spoiled on things. So a couple quick comments. I took notes this time so I don't ramble. Love that we finally got the Jawan Act 3 confessional, the long
He said the
awaited.
thing.
Yeah, I know. And honestly, I think that the editors put that whole thing in there just because his final girl, that confessional was so, I was like, oh, that's perfect. Like the final girl trope, all girl final 3. I love that. And I'm sure as the Survivor editors were like, oh, that's too good. We have to keep this the whole season long. So love that. Nice bookend to the episode and the season. I listened to your exit interview with Rizzo, and I love that he said that he took inspiration from Ferris. I was like, Ferris is the best to ever in International Survivor use implicit immunity. And I love that Rizzo, like now I can see the direct analog. And he did it in the end. So like that was sort of like he did exactly what Ferris did. He kept it all the way till 5. He was never seriously targeted. So I think I will say like Rizzo I'm fully converted. And I would say like he's the best to ever do implicit immunity in American Survivor, in my opinion. And I'd put him, I don't know where you'd rank him, but I think he's like a top 3 new era strategist, at least. Like just the strategy aspect. I can't even think of anyone that's ahead of him, but I'll just say top 3 because,
Yeah, so I think that in terms of people that change the game, like I would say Andy is also somebody else who I would put in that category of but Andy, really was responsible for Operation Italy, and I think that like what Rizzo did with the idol, I think was just it was such a big, like the story of the season was his idol, but I think that he's somebody that I would put in that same category. I'm struggling to think of another person that really, changed the meta. I think that, Marianne brought a lot to the table in terms of like how we talk about the new era and what you need to do to win. But I don't know in terms of like game-changing strategy, who else I would put in that conversation.
Yeah, it's hard to think of. I mean, at this level of the iteration, like it's hard to think of a game-changing strategy when the game has been so heavily. There's so much history to it.
Did a lot of things. I don't know necessarily good or bad.
I think
he was a game changer for sure.
Like the cameo game and the like catchphrase game. I think. I don't know. His strong 6 didn't really go anywhere. I think Omar and Marianne maybe did some. Yeah, the top strategy moves. But yeah, definitely like I'm a full Rizzo convert. And now that the book is written on 49, I definitely, I'm actually happy he's on 50. I disagree with the Savannah casting because it spoiled the season for me, where I'm glad you and Fishback actually brought it up of like, oh, things were out there about Marianne. But I do think she's a good winner.
I could see why they ended up doing what they did with Rizzo and Savannah now. With Savannah as a winner, as like, Savannah to me is a little bit like Tony in that she is a unicorn, in that she is not just a dominant player, but also, and a lot of times that the most dominant Survivor players can be kind of a little boring as characters. And Savannah was both maybe the most interesting character of the season and also the dominant game player of the season. Like there's very few Survivor greats that are both.
Yeah, multifaceted, and as well, they usually like to cast, like they like to bring people back with relationships, because it kind of like there's so much history there. You bring back Jerry and Colby and Parv and Amanda, and then their legacy and their story builds, Lucina and Tony. So yeah, I actually am excited to see them on 50. And I'll wrap up here, but I just wanted to say a huge thank you to the RHAP team and Sam, probably especially. I'm very excited that Toronto was chosen as one of the season 50 destinations, because I, as a transgender woman, I super don't feel comfortable going to the States right now, but I'm absolutely elated to come and celebrate with all of you in Canada.
That to me was always part of the appeal for Toronto, where I felt like that there was going to be a lot of people listen. The RJP audience is disproportionately Canadian. We have, even though there are more people who listen to Rob's podcast in the United States, that just by the actual population disparity, that the Canadian listenership is like much higher than what it should be if you just looked at the sheer population numbers. So I really do feel what you're saying in terms of Canadians who, for whatever reasons, don't want to come to the United States at this particular moment. So I thought that I will go to Canada.
We are so happy to have you. And we got 2 Canadians on season 50, so it's perfect also.
Okay.
All
right.
But yeah, thanks so much.
Sarah,
and look forward to seeing everyone there.
And we announced that we're going to do live shows in Los Angeles, Toronto, and New York. And people said, "Oh, that's a little basic." Hold on, we still may be adding one more date. Okay, we still have to work out some things that is not necessarily the complete list. Okay, so hang in there, hang tight, everybody. Okay. The team said we got to get the list out this week, even though we're still waiting on one more spot. Okay. All right. What up, St. Nick? Ho, ho, ho. What up, St. Nick?
Can you hear me?
Yes. How are you?
Ho, I can't hear you.
Santa.
I'll come back.
Okay. All right. Next year. All right. Okay. All right. Let me say hi to Michael. You ready? You're out and about. Michael Horn, everybody.
Hi, Rob. How are you?
Doing great, Michael. How are you?
I am doing as well as if I had a Cesternino super idol in my hands.
Yes, yes. What would the Rob Cesternino, what would it be? Like, it would be a boomerang. The Rob Cesternino, like
Rockin'
bell
Rob
blocker.
Something.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, something with the belt for sure.
Yes. Yeah. What's happening, Michael?
So I wanted to talk about Christina's jury question, because I've been thinking for the last couple days now since we watched it, how I would respond to that as somebody who was just bad with names in general. And I think I came up with an idea that I wanted to run by you.
Yeah. Okay. Michael, can you tell me the names of some of the loved ones of the patrons that are in the chat?
Yeah. So I think I would go in kind of a Genevieve direction of being like, I probably can't answer that question, but it's by design. And I didn't want to, I knew that if I had become close enough with all of you to where I knew your families and knew all your stories, that I wouldn't feel comfortable enough to blindside you and play the game that I wanted to be able to play.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I could go on and on, but
that's great, Michael. The challenge is just that sure, 3 days later, it's good to come up with that's a really good answer to the question.
Exactly.
I've been there in terms of like where I have been interviewed, and then the next day I'm like, oh yeah, that would have been a really good answer to that question. I should have said that.
Yes.
That would have been so much better. It's hard to have it the only time that counts is right when you get asked the question.
Rob, I do that every week on the Q&A.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that. Yeah. No,
yeah.
But I just think if I had time to think, that's probably a direction I would go in, and maybe that would save face with some of the jurors.
Sure. Yeah. It's a good point.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was all I had. I will. All
right. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Rob.
Right.
Happy holidays.
Okay. Let me say hi to Mel. Hey, Mel. How are you?
Hi.
Who's that? What do you have? Is that a chicken?
Yeah. We named this chicken Sari, but I think it's a boy.
That's okay.
So it's Jared now.
Oh. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on, Mel?
Oh, holding a chicken.
Just holding a chicken. Yeah.
Just holding a chicken. No. I liked the finale. I thought it was fun. I thought Christine. I kind of want to piggyback. What is that thing that you were talking about in the chat where it's like name where you can't remember people's names? It's kind of
Nominal
like
aphasia.
Yeah, nominal aphasia. Isn't that when like you have problems?
So I was referencing that. I that's a really good callback to on Wednesday night. I mentioned in the chat when she was answering that question, I said claim nominal aphasia, which is a reference going back to Survivor One World, where that I believe it might have been Monica Culpepper was saying about Tarzan, or I'm sorry, he couldn't remember anybody's names in the tribe. He's like, I'm sorry, what is her name? What is her name? Who is that? Colleen? But he couldn't remember their names. And he's like, I have nominal aphasia. Whoa.
Sorry, is that a real thing or is it just a Tarzan thing?
So I'd have to Google it. I think it's a real thing.
But that was so I thought that was hilarious. Thank you for giving me the backstory on that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have your book with you?
I do have it.
Yeah. Can I see a page?
Yes. Okay. So yeah, I got here. I'll go full screen.
I know it looks like a coloring book right now.
It does look like a coloring book. So the real book is going to be hardcover. Let me see if I can do it this way. Okay. So yeah. So I have this is the real book is going to be hardcover, but this is now with like all of like the text and illustrations are in here.
Yay!
Yeah. So the book is going to be full color. Let me see if I can show you any of the cool illustrations that are in the book. Here is, let me see. We have all of the great moments in Survivor history. Here, let me see. Here's some footage of this is from chapter 7, Shred Your Survivor Resume. And here's Russell Hantz at a job interview, and they're reviewing his resume. And then here's Ben Katzman shredding all of the Survivor resumes. This
is awesome. Thank you, Rob.
Yeah. Thank you, Mel. And there's like a lot of like here's me in the Superfan chapter about how Superfans changed the game, having an Oppenheimer moment of what have I wrought? In the chapter called Oops, All Cochran.
Oh my God, I'm so happy that there's an Oops All chapter.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me happy.
Yeah. So I'm really excited for everybody to get the book later on this year, and I'm sure we'll come up with more fun stuff to do and like stuff for people who do pre-orders and all that stuff. Okay.
Great.
All right. Thank you.
That's all I got for you today,
right,
Rob.
Mel, do you and the chicken have?
The patron. Not patron. The mafia was top tier. Please.
Yeah,
keep
I thought it went really smooth the other night.
Keep them coming.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Mel. Bye. All right. Let's say hello to. Okay. How about Angie? Hey, Angie. How are you?
Hey, Rob. Doing well. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, Angie. How are you?
Good. Just put grades in. I have to go to commencement tomorrow, so semester's wrapping up.
Yes.
And I'm teach speech language pathology. Nominal aphasia is absolutely a thing, and Tarzan had it. I think he had a stroke, didn't he, or something?
I'm not sure. That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, I can answer that question.
Angie, what a nice holiday sweater you have.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna go out and run some errands. So
yeah, I was thinking about what am I gonna wear for the party tomorrow night, but I feel like it gets too hot. There's too many people in my house. Like Nicole invites like 40 people to the house.
Yeah, I'm you and my husband's Nicole in terms of social meter and such. So
she loves it so much, and I'm really just going to try to like vicariously live through Nicole's joy at the party of like that she is like she's got a drink. She's like, hey, what are you doing? Like she's really just she loves it. So I'm just trying to just
remember that fills her battery. It drains yours. It's
yes. I say, look how much fun she's having.
Yeah. And I have nothing smart to say. I just never can hop on, and I just want to say thank you so much. Merry Christmas. Thank you for all the gifts you bring me all year long. It's the best gift I ever buy myself is my membership. So
Angie, thank you. And I don't know if anybody's ever said that before. So I just love to hear that people are enjoying this and not just like going through the motions. I was like, all right, I feel like I guess I'll just keep doing this because I've done
I would pay even more if I could get the regular feed without ads.
Okay, that's a good.
Jot that down.
That's a good
in
note.
Wisconsin here, when I'm walking and it's freezing and I have to take my glove off to skip the ads.
We haven't ever done that, and there's some economics to that in terms of like the team decisions, but I definitely have heard that before. So it's something I think it's probably worth revisiting. We also have like our ad network, which might not be like thrilled if we did that, but let me.
That's what I thought.
But ultimately, my boss is the listeners, so I have to like
we're your board of directors, and I say
in a way, yeah, right. I mean,
no, I would never stop listening, but if there's an app I love and I could pay for no ads or a streaming service or a Patreon, I'm there.
Yeah, I get it. It's a frustrating experience. A lot of times like it's like, okay, no big deal, I can skip it. But a lot of times I listen to podcasts where I do not have my phone next to me. Like if I am now I've got to go and I got to stop what I'm doing and it goes, skip the ads. So
the ones I don't like now, they're getting really swifty and they're kind of just and you do some of that too, but who does that? The Lonely Island and Seth Meyers, they kind of weave it. Like you don't know you're hearing an ad, and all of a sudden you're like, "Oh,
yeah,
that's an ad." But
okay, yeah. When you said Swifty, I thought you were talking about
no,
Donna Kelsey.
I should have said Swiftly. So.
Yeah. Okay.
All
right.
But
Angie,
yeah, no complaints from me. First world problems all the way around.
Thank you so much. Have a great holiday.
But you have a great holiday. I hope you get some rest. It sounds like there's a family staying for a week this year.
That was last year. No, and that really, but the big thing is going to be that it's the Traders is going to be coming on the first week of January. So it'll be a busy time this year too.
Yeah, I'm getting too nervous for it. I have to just stop worrying and just it's all done already. So rooting for you all the way to have a great
we can only enjoy the ride now.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
Thank you so much,
Rob.
Angie.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, let's see. Who else is here? Let's talk to Tyler. Hey, Tyler, how are you?
What's up, man? I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. What's going on?
Not a lot, man. I was just curious how many of my loved ones you can name this afternoon.
Well, okay. Of course, there's Dad.
Dad
is great, right?
Yeah.
And then of course, Mike.
Yeah, you gotta love Mike, man. No, that's good. I was a little thrown off by the question.
This is another. I know there's another. There's like an S name also, right?
Yeah. A partner in there somewhere. A partner.
Yeah, and you talk. You do talk about work a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. I have a job. Yep.
And the weather you talk about.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of the question, the final tribal as a whole. But I was curious. I'm excited to hear your new era winner rankings.
Yeah.
And so I'm just curious
on Tuesday.
Yeah. How much does who you play against play a factor in winners? Because I'm looking at Savannah's game and like broad stroke seems like she did like an excellent job, high level of control. But I've seen some people online make some good points about like the quality of play, maybe
in terms of players.
Maybe a little bit low.
I think that's a factor. I think also in terms of, how much were you helped by really strong allies? When there are some people where just to say like, Kyle, for instance, where Kyle, like, how do you really parse, what Kyle did versus like what Camilla's contributions were to Kyle's win? Like, I think that those are the hard conversations we're gonna have to try to figure this all out.
Yeah, that's good. I think Savannah falls in the top half, but it's like when you play against some people that might fall lower than it's like some second or third place finishers in other seasons,
Yeah, it's going to be challenging. It's going to be a conversation that's probably going to offend some people, but I think that, I think we can do this talking about a reality TV show. I think it
can happen, man.
We can do it. And if everybody doesn't love the list, and then I think that's part of the fun.
Yeah, no, that's great. What do you make of the whole I'm on the bottom narrative, because the amount of
They all
times
said
and the
it.
amount
I
of
was to take a
people
shot.
that I heard this season
I
say that
started
they're
on the bottom.
Even with Savannah, you started on the bottom of a tribe that fully went to the merge, had nobody voted out the entire time.
Mhm.
You win 4 immunities, and your number one ally has an idol that constantly threatens to play it for you. Like, how does it work out? How do everyone get away with being on the bottom every single season?
No, getting away with being on the bottom, or with
Get away with
everybody
staying.
says that they were on the bottom,
and everyone just buys it. They're like, yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Soph actually feels like she's on the bottom, but in the finale alone, it's Soph, Rizzo, and Savannah all claiming that they're on the bottom. And I get from a numbers perspective, it was dicey at the start of the merge, but you can't really complain too much when you come in with 6 people from your original tribe, I feel like.
Yeah, but everybody, I think, looks at it like, oh, it's me, and look at all this adversity that I'm facing, and I had all of this stacked against me, and look how much I've had to overcome, because everybody is the hero of their own narrative. And in that story of being the hero of your own narrative, you just think about like all of the obstacles that you faced and the things that you overcame, even if that people don't see it that way.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's interesting. Did you hear or hear their interview with maybe ET about how they got cast on 50?
I heard on the On Fire podcast, Jeff talk with Rizzo and Savannah about how he did like a Zoom call with them the day after the season was over.
Yeah, so it was a little distinct from that in their personal stories. It was actually done separately.
Mhm.
And so it was like Rizzo first, then Savannah, and then they found out, like they like collabed later that day and found out together. And so my question is like, man, they really seem to want Rizzo. And so if Savannah loses Survivor 49, does she still get cast for 50?
Oh, that's a really good question, because I think that they have 3 winners now. That we knew about 2. So it turns out,
and I know you don't want the spoiled tribes. It's like kind of
they
out
have 3
there,
winners,
but maybe,
and listen, going off of what we know the producers like, there's 24 people. We know they love to have 3 tribes on Survivor. So I do wonder necessarily like if, but they did have Marianne like sending clothes in. But at what point, like in Savannah's run, did they pull the trigger?
Well, he said final 3 once they had the final 3 set. But what I'm saying is like, that means if she loses fire,
if she doesn't win the game, do they still call her?
I'm saying like if she loses fire and she gets 4th, now you've got a 4th placer who didn't rub people the right way on the jury all the way through. The finish is a little bit like, I don't know.
She still tied the record for most challenges won by a woman. I think
Didn't send Rachel, do you send Rachel,
true.
So I think that Savannah, by winning, really sealed the deal.
I think she sealed the deal. Yeah. I do think that there's a non-zero chance they still pull her in, even if she didn't win the game.
Yeah, that's fair. You made an interesting point about the 3 tribes, and I don't know if you saw this in the Survivor 50 trailer. We see maybe Jenna Lewis, but specifically Q, doing a confessional with no buff on. Is this Mergatory 4.0 where it's tribatory?
No, I don't know how much of a beard growth Q might have. I suspect they might have done confessionals before the game started.
Yeah, so there's just pregame stuff.
I think there's like pregame. Like I know in All Stars even I was doing like confessionals before the game started. So I think that might just be some preseason press. All right, Tyler, let me keep going. Great to hear from you. Great call. Okay. All right. Bye. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'd love to get some of the new faces in. So let me go to how about Matt Nunya? Matt, are you ready? Matt.
Yes, I'm ready.
How are you, Matt?
Good. Good afternoon.
Yes. Where are we going, Matt?
I wanted to take you back to the votes, the 6th vote, really quick.
Okay.
Because where are we going right now? Yeah. Just.
Although we might be going outside of the Wi-Fi range, Matt. So let me come back to Matt when he has a better connection. Okay. All right, hold on. Oh, you back? Okay, all right. Maybe we
I'm so sorry about that. Yeah.
into cell. Okay. All right, Matt. So what's going on?
Always happens to me, man. Yeah, I just wanted to chat really
Matt, where
quick
are
because
you?
I don't have anybody to really.
Where are you in the world?
Oh, Phoenix.
Phoenix, cool.
Yeah, Phoenix. I'm just out walking right now.
Yeah, I love it.
Getting some sunshine.
The connection can be spotty, but I always feel like it's so cool when it's like I'm just sitting here in my room and we're going out into the world.
Dude, I got to tell you, like, I kind of need to walk when I'm talking about stuff, like to get my thoughts out. If like I'm sitting, I'm just too. It's just too much sometimes.
Do a lot of pacing when I'm on the phone.
Yeah, exactly. But I wanted to chat really quick with you and run this by you because I don't have anybody really to talk about Survivor in my life. Unfortunately, my fiance, doesn't watch it, and nobody at work. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the final 6 vote, I wanted to run this by you because maybe to me it seemed like it was implied that once Rizzo found out that it was not a steal a vote but a block a vote, it was kind of thought of as like, oh, maybe I should play my idol for Sophie because he was saying sorry to Soph, like, oh, sorry, Soph, And I wonder, did they know that Sage and Christina was for sure voting for Steven? Because they seemed surprised.
That's a good point, Matt. I don't know if Rizzo knew that Sage and Christina were going to vote. I think that Soph definitely knew. And Soph felt like, okay, I'm going to then at the final 5, after Steven is gone, I'll flip against Rizzo and Savannah. But did Rizzo and Savannah know that Christina and Sage had also flipped on that vote? That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that.
Because the thing I was thinking was if they didn't know, and even Soph as well, because she also seemed surprised, but I suppose, yeah, maybe she did know. But if they didn't, Rizzo not playing the idol on Soph, I understand that he wants to keep it for 5, but it almost seems like he's kind of like imploding his trio then. Because if, let's say, they were voting for Soph, he should play it for her and basically, save her. And then they have a 3-2 advantage moving forward. He doesn't even need it for 5 if he really trusts Savannah and Sophie,
Yeah, I think he was willing to let her go in order to keep the idol. She did not seem to be too butthurt about it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I figured you might have been talking to people about it already.
Yeah. I think that there was nothing she could do about it because he was going to play his idol at 5 anyway.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. All right. Well, Matt, thank you so much for the call.
Great talking to you.
Enjoy the rest of the walk. Take care.
Bye.
Okay. All right. Let's go to okay. How is Ken's doing today? Ken's, how are you?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm grand. How are you?
Grand. Wow. I don't think I get that very often. That might be the first grand I've ever gotten.
I just switch it up, have some fun adjectives. Gets boring if you give a good every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
In general.
It's very like Big Brother diary room eviction night.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised that we haven't talked as much yet about the 50 trailer and the way of the celebrities specifically, because that's what I've been thinking about. Okay, when I first watched it, I think with most people, great first half, disappointed in the second. I think that was kind of the majority.
It was a real Survivor 48.
Yeah, really on theme. And I hate Mr. Beast just as much as anyone. His face pisses me off. Jimmy Fallon, huge enemy of mine. Hate him.
Why do you hate Jimmy Fallon? Because he always breaks in the sketches and you're not supposed to, and he breaks on purpose.
Yes, he has like I'm so quirky and like crazy, and like he doesn't let his guests talk, and he always is like too surprised at things. And
oh my god! Oh,
yeah, I hate his vibes.
I watched a YouTube video one time about Jimmy Fallon. It wasn't flattering. I used to really like Jimmy Fallon when I was like in his SNL days. Like I really was. I was like, wow, like this guy is like he loves SNL so much, and I love SNL.
Mm-hmm. He used to be funny. He used to be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Just I don't know where that got lost along the way, but. So those were 2 specific celebrities that I was like, no, I don't have as many feelings about Billie Eilish, so whatever. But I think, because I was trying to think, okay, if I get too wrapped up in how annoying that all seems, I'm going to die. How can I be optimistic about this? And I think that maybe some good that could come out of it, hopefully, and this is kind of what I want to get your thoughts about, would be maybe that they move in a different direction with casting eventually, like maybe like 51 and onward, because Survivor, you know, it's especially lately had a very like professional, prestigious tone. The players have a lot of respect and reverence, and there's kind of this like seriousness to it.
Yeah.
The trailer, so unserious, and I know that makes a lot of people upset, but I am hoping that maybe if they move away from casting super fans who have this like really deep, serious reverence for the game, and they maybe start casting some of the people that did get into it from these other little angles and people who don't take it as seriously, maybe that could be a fun new thing going on. And obviously there's going to always be people who are very serious strategists and good, but maybe we'll get some more characters out of it. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts?
I definitely hear what you're saying. And it's one of the things that I had written about in the book, in the Oops All Cochran chapter, about how the super fans impact, where I probably was in a lot of ways responsible for many of the things that I'm saying might be part of the problem, in terms of I was a super fan. I went on the show. I talked about the show in a way that really, I think a lot of the conversation we had on Rob as a podcast ended up being sort of like the common way that people talk and think about the game. And that did, I think, ultimately end up in the show. And then the super fandom that really was cultivated around the podcast, a lot of that ends up being turned into this, you know, global Survivor community, which then that almost universally the people who get cast on the show now are so well versed in, where that we used to have people on Survivor who barely knew what Survivor is. And now it's insane to even think that a person on the show has seen less than 15 seasons of Survivor. Like, it's like, who is the person who was on season 49 that has seen less than 15 seasons of Survivor? Maybe MC, like, I only saw 11, you know, and almost up to a person that it's almost like a starting point that they've seen like almost all 50 seasons of the show. You know, obviously other than 49 and 50.
Yeah.
So maybe that's too much. Maybe it's too much navel gazing and too much of the snake eating its own tail. So I think that, you know, it's a good point of like where we could just take somebody off the street and plug them into Survivor. And what does that look like? And you could have it. And there was some fun and some randomness about that. And you don't want that. Jeff has talked about this, where there's a push-pull. You don't want every season for the audience to be like, oh my God, these players are so stupid. They don't know. Don't they know anything? So you definitely want them to like know the rules of the game and not have it be like it's season one. But it's okay that if you had a couple of people that were just sort of like total wild cards of like, wait, what's happening? And I think that is kind of what makes it fun. I actually think that Big Brother does a better job of like finding that balance, where there's always a couple of people they know the show super well, and then there's a couple of people that they literally have never seen the show before. They don't even know that there's live feeds.
Yeah,
and it doesn't always work out great, but sometimes we get good TV out of it.
Yeah, and I think that it doesn't even necessarily just have to be like people that are off the street and don't know anything about it and might end up being like boring or stupid or whatever. I think that now in the current landscape of reality TV and like how you can make a career for yourself out of being on TV, I think that some of those people would be wanting to be crazy and do extreme things so that they can have a career afterward. I mean, that's a pretty like highly criticized thing people do, but it does happen. And so you could get people that are, you know, 20 something, they want to be a TV personality, an internet personality. Let me go on Survivor and do some crazy shit. Like
well, we just did a season. They ran a Survivor. I don't know what you would call it, but they did like a mini game with influencers. So I do think that this idea of celebrity and influencers is something that is very much like around the show right now. So it will be interesting to see, you know, where does that take Survivor beyond Survivor 50?
yeah, it's not my favorite thing kind of existentially, but for TV watching purposes, I'm happy to see how it goes. I'm optimistic.
Yeah. All right, Ken's, thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Bye. I was talking about John Cena on, I think it was on Club Condo with Brandon this past week, as we were talking about everything with Rizzo and the letter from Liz. But, you know, when they have WrestleMania now, it's like, oh, okay, now Bad Bunny is fighting this person. And it's Logan Paul is like a WWE superstar. And that started off that, like, okay, we're just going to have influencers in there. Was it in the Royal Rumble this year? I show speed, show turned up in the Royal Rumble. And so I think that there is this idea of, okay, well, how do we bring influencer culture into these things as a way to keep them viable? So look, there could be something good that comes out of it, maybe, but also maybe not. We'll see. All right. Let me go to Olivia. Hi, Olivia.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So great to talk to you.
It's great to talk to you too. What's going on?
I'm just so happy to be here. I've been hoping to call in for weeks, but something's always comes up or whatever. So I'm glad to be here today.
I'm really glad that you called in too, because I'm very excited. No shade to the regular callers, but it's always really fun for me to learn about, like, whoa, here's a new person that's been listening, and I didn't even know about this.
Yeah, I'm so happy, and I'm so happy you have a live show in Toronto.
Yes.
I will do everything in my power to be there.
Well, also, yeah, and if you could, ask the Toronto weather gods for a nice day, also.
April's questionable. It's a week before my birthday, but fingers crossed. But
Okay.
hopefully I can go as my birthday present to myself. The theater there, it's so beautiful. It's
Yeah, Sam was telling me that Kevin Jacobs was like, "What? You got you got that theater?"
Yeah, it's I actually saw Romeo and Juliet there in high school, but
Mhm.
it's part of the one of the last double-decker theaters in the world, which basically is one main theater on the first floor, and then above it is the Winter Garden Theater. And it's so beautiful. There's like leaves falling from the ceiling and like leaves designs on the wall. So it's like Survivor coded as well, you know?
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, what's on your mind, Olivia?
Well, I'm gonna pivot from Survivor to Traders Canada.
Okay.
So I'm curious if you watched the new season.
So I watched the first half of the season.
Okay.
I do not have the knowledge base to talk about the second half of the season.
Okay. It was very good. The ending, very satisfying.
I heard it was a very fun season.
I was very pleased with
Yes,
every stage of it.
And Olivia, we're gonna have a Traders English-speaking Traders Q&A next Friday with Puya.
Okay, that's good. I'll hopefully be there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll just say I didn't mind the 50 trailer as well. It was like hearing Coach with that monologue just gave me the chills. So I was like, you know what, this is enough to hold me over for till February. So
yeah,
I'm here for it.
Well, I'm happy to hear that largely the consensus of the audience that I've talked to today has been like, okay, yeah, I didn't love it, but I'm willing to give it a chance. Like, let's see what happens. So, because I think that's a lot of times the difference when you actually talk to people versus when you just read comments. Like all of the conversations that we're having today have been like, I think pretty nuanced about it, where people are willing to give it like, okay, give it the benefit of the doubt. Whereas like a lot of like the text comments is like, that's it, it's over, shut it down.
Yeah, and like I haven't been part of like I haven't been able to watch a returning season live. So I'm excited to see how like I enjoy the show from that perspective now, because the returning seasons, when I watch them, they always happen to be my favorite, because you just have like some of the most exciting personalities. Who knows if that will be the case this time, but hopefully like we know these people, they're going to bring something, and they're going to bring at least the gameplay, hopefully. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I feel like it's more enjoyable to like root for people, you know. Now you know the characters, you can just jump in and root for them. So I'm very excited for that.
Okay. All right. Well, Olivia, thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Nice to talk
All
to
right.
you.
Bye. Okay. All right. So just a housekeeping note. Here we are, an hour and 9 minutes into the podcast. Sam is telling me that need to keep the pace going because we still have so many people to get to. Okay. All right. Let's say hello to Doug. Hey, Doug. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Great, Doug. What's going on?
Two quick things. One, just you guys talking about Jimmy Fallon. If you haven't seen it, I think you should search Twitter for Jimmy Fallon repeated joke.
Okay, what is it? Well,
he's apparently told the same exact, well, not apparently, there's a video of it, the same exact joke 3 times in the last week and a half. Very funny.
Is it a runner? Is it or unintentional?
No one knows. No one knows if he's in on the joke or if somehow it's.
I'll send it to you, Rob. It's absolutely insane. It's exact same wording.
That he's not doing it on purpose?
I don't think so.
No one knows. He
But people are
doesn't seem
talking
like the
about it.
kind of comic of
Yeah.
late night guy that would do that. That feels Letterman Conan to do it on purpose over and over until people notice.
Yeah, I think that he would be kind of winky about it if
Yeah.
he was doing it on purpose. Like,
So-
it feels very familiar.
Yeah.
have I said-
You got to see the video. It's great.
Okay.
So one quick thing about the 50 trailer. Apologies if this has been discussed, but I haven't heard it in all the stuff I've read and stuff I've listened to. Is there a quick shot of Jeff Probst participating in a challenge?
We were talking about that yesterday on the Know-It-Alls, and
Okay, I didn't
I
pick
don't
it
know
up.
what's going on there. I don't know if it's like when I used to watch The Price is Right, and Bob Barker used to, when they play hole-in-one, say like, and I'll show you how easy it is. Okay, watch this. Is Jeff demonstrating the challenge? I was speculating to Steven, could there be like a reward challenge where, okay, put up your champion against Jeff, and if your champion wins, then you win reward for your tribe. But if not, Jeff's like, got nothing for you.
Yeah. I hope it'd be really interesting to see him compete. People have talked in the past about,
I feel like that's the kind of thing in Survivor 50 that's like, wow, okay,
Right.
I'm in on that.
Yeah. That seems like a fun little, hey, it's 50. I'm always on the other side. You know, I got my boy Donaldson here. Let's go and like get him in the mix. And even if it's not true competition, just seeing how he would do would be kind of funny.
Yeah. What if in one tribe they got Jeff in the reward challenge? Like in terms of like, okay, you can sub out one player and Jeff's going to run the reward challenge with you. And then that player is going to have to call the challenge.
Yeah. Or maybe it's part of his negotiating tactics.
Maybe.
If you can beat me, you get more rice or something.
Sure. That'd be good. Look, all these things are fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to jump.
Thank you,
this
Doug.
is my last work day for the year. So this was sort of
Look at you.
This is my sign off.
Congratulations.
I'm all Christmas with the kids the rest of the year. I'm very excited.
Okay. Well, enjoy it, Doug.
Happy holidays. See
All
ya.
right, bye. Okay. All right. Let's say hello to, let me say hi to Chris. Hey, Chris. Not old Chris, young Chris.
There's a lot of different Chris's that have different names. I've never picked one for myself.
Yes. So, Chris, what's going on?
Not a lot. I'm at my parents' for the holidays. A lot warmer here than Minnesota.
Yeah. Where do your parents live?
In Herndon, Virginia.
Okay.
So we're like a state away from you.
Yep.
But I was calling in for 2 questions. First, well, maybe more just for a bit of discussion. I feel like the 49, as far as I'm concerned, I've really enjoyed it. I actually thought the pre-merge was actually pretty solid in my opinion. I think it was straightforward, but I don't think it was bad. And I feel like the reason that it's gotten some criticism is, in my opinion, it just feels like the plot armor, aka knowing 2 people. And I was curious about your thoughts on that, if that was a specific reason you think, because when I was looking back at like other back-to-back seasons, like China and Micronesia or Samoa and Heroes versus Villains, we've also had people like Russell or Amanda or James that were also coming back to back. And I wondered if you had any feedback on if you knew the fan perception back then about
So,
how people reacted.
I don't know if it was like as widely known, like the way that things are on Twitter right now. I mean, it really is wild in terms of something is on Twitter and like almost instantly, like everybody knows it. Like if a big thing happened in the Survivor world, it would be on Twitter. And by the end of the day, like every single person in the Survivor community would somehow, it would get to Facebook, it would get to Instagram, it would be TikTok's talking about, did you see this thing that happened on Twitter? So it would just be everywhere. Going back to even certainly Survivor Samoa, I think that like the real diehards knew Russell was going to play again, but did the average Survivor fan know that Russell was playing on Survivor Samoa and then was going to be back for Heroes versus Villains? I doubt it. And then even like Malcolm in Survivor Philippines, the real diehards on Survivor Sucks and stuff, they knew Malcolm was going to play again. But I don't know how much of the average people watching the show knew Malcolm was going to be the person that was going to be back for. People may not have even known there was a returning player season that was about to happen.
Do you think that means though that maybe the diehards are a lot more amplified right now? Because like who's like stuck around for the show to like be the ones following these spoilers about who's going to be on versus people who just took Jeff's word for it about these two people are a mystery.
So
and
the
we're not
people
going to look at anything
that didn't know about it, I just don't know if we're talking to them. I think it's like if you have relatives that just like watch Survivor every week and maybe they're not online, it would be great to hear from them in terms of like what their opinions were on the season. But almost everybody that we talk to online about Survivor, it's likely that they heard at least one or two of the people that were going to be on Survivor 50. Like it was really widespread.
Because another reason that I feel like I really liked 49, and maybe this just goes for all of New Era, was that I felt the cast was very strong. I felt like every cast member stood out at one point or another, even if it was just Nicole spitting water. Like there was just little things that going on for everybody, I think. And I just felt like that really held up as opposed to like other casts. But do you feel the same way? Like, do you think there were any duds in the cast that kind of brought it down, or do you think it was all
without being me? I did think that there were some duds in the cast.
I feel like the person I feel like the most, maybe people said Jason because he just didn't stand out or just didn't really play optimally. Do you want to say names?
I prefer not to.
Sure, no problem.
But yeah, I do think that there were some misfires in terms of the cast.
No problem. And I did have one more question. It's kind of
I don't want to be mean about it because again, it's just like, you know, in the world that we live in, like we're all so connected. So, you know, I don't want to take like cheap shots on people, but I feel like in terms of like, what was this person's like great attribute that they brought to the show that either like made the show more entertaining on some level?
Yeah, no problem at all. I mean, you're about to go back in the spotlight again. You might as well be nice to everybody as you get this reintroduction.
Like, listen, when you know, it's probably easier to, you know, say what I think about the show that I'm on as opposed to like, you know, just taking cheap shots at people who are on Survivor.
Yeah. All right. Well, I gotta go.
Okay.
Thank you, Sam, and thank you, Rob.
All right. Thank
Happy
you, Chris.
holidays.
Okay. Bye. All right. Okay. Let's say hello to let's say hi to Amanda. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, Rob. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
What's going on?
I was calling in to bring up what Doug just brought up about the little Jeff clip. And so I don't really have anything new to add, but I guess I'll just say that I think a lot of us were thinking with Survivor 50 that it would be the most like epic game of Survivor, that we were really looking at like, let's build the perfect cast. Let's have a season that's like the best player to ever play Survivor 50. And what the preview showed me is like really it is a celebration, and that's what they've been telling us. It's going to be chaotic. We could have a season with like no idols, but all the advantages. Like, you know, the fans voted on really chaotic things from a game design perspective. I think it could be a little all over the place. We now have all these like famous people coming in, and it's going to be wild and it's going to be ridiculous, but I think like it'll be fun.
So maybe we should be looking at Survivor 50 a little bit more like SNL 50, where, okay, yes, we've brought in people from all the different SNL seasons, but also random people. Here's Julia Louis-Dreyfus talking to a dog in the audience.
Exactly.
Right? That was the thing
Like
that
maybe we'll
happened,
have
right?
a kid from the audience, somebody from like one of those early reunions who were
Yeah,
like
and
future
also,
Survivor
like,
player, right? Like,
right. Here's the Rizzler.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm excited. I think it'll be fun. And I haven't been able to call in a really long time. So also just like congratulations on getting on the Traders. Super excited for
Thank
you.
you.
Congratulations on the book. So proud of you. Can't wait to get my coffee. And thank you so much for coming to Canada again. I'm going to be able to go for the first time ever. And I'm so excited. So just really proud of you. And you've like made me cry so many tears of joy this year, which I really needed. So I hope you have a great end to the year.
Well, I really appreciate that, Amanda, and thank you for all the kind words. I really do. It's very nice for me to hear that sentiment, and I'll see you in April.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right.
Take care.
Bye. Okay. Everyone was so nice. Like, it's like really, between when like first of all, just this past year, to like speak to what Amanda is talking about, when and then when I didn't get on Survivor 50, everybody's like, this is bullshit, like, so nice. And then I got on the Traders, and then you all found out, and then like I saw so many posts and so many things that got sent to me about how nice everybody was about that, and then just the response even to the book, and and now the Trader stuff is coming out. So I really have so much gratitude towards the people who are just show up for this Rob as a podcast. And I've said this before, but nobody, I didn't get on the Traders because of what I did on Survivor 22 years ago. Like, I guess, yeah, technically, like, he's a Survivor player, but nobody was calling for a very long time. And it's really because of what this thing has turned out to be, and all that you have given back to me that has allowed me to do these cool things, like write a book and do the Traders, and who knows what other things come up. So I just like, I really appreciate just how amazing this community is, and that you put up with things like when the podcast feed isn't loading right, or like that was like these ads, Rob, this is something else. The fact that you put up with frustrating things is just really, I am all the time moved by the community. So thank you so much for that. All right, let's keep going. Let's say hello to let's say hi to Thundercats. Thundercats, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Thundercats, I'm fantastic.
You are fantastic. Let me just say, like, this thing, it's a thing that you made, work you put in. Like, I'm glad that you feel the love, but like, it's not a thing that just happened. I want to also just like acknowledge you put in blood, sweat, and tears into this thing.
Yeah, I showed up, but I also say that like it was fun. Like I got to show up every day. Like so many, everybody who's out here, like they're showing up for things like every single day, and I bet a lot of them like aren't as fun as what I get to do. So it was hard work, but I guess it was work, but I'll say it wasn't always. It was long hours, but it wasn't always hard.
Got you. Well, let me just say TGIDB. Thank God it's Derek's birthday.
Thank God it's Derek's birthday.
I'm gonna keep it, zippy for Sam and all the people who are in the queue behind
for
me.
Shannon, yeah.
I have like one non-survivor question and then like two survivor questions. My one non-survivor question is there gonna be any coverage for the new Fear Factor now that it has a social strategy element to it?
We were talking about whether or not we should do anything with Fear Factor, and I think that we were talking about maybe we should do like a one-off as opposed to do weekly coverage. I think that's a hard thing for us to figure out. Like, obviously the big stuff we know what to do, but sometimes when there's a show that's coming out, it's like, is anybody looking for weekly coverage of this? Like, or is it better to do something at the beginning and then sort of like if it rises to where there's enough interest, then do something more down the road? So that one, I think that right now we were talking about maybe Brandon Donlin was gonna watch it. I think that was as far as we got with Fear Factor.
Cool. Just asking because my brother's on it.
Oh,
but he might do something embarrassing, and then I don't want you to cover it. So
yeah,
I leave it up to you. Okay, my Survivor questions. I don't want to be negative because we're all like good vibes and like 'tis the season.
You could
But
say it. What is it?
I just struggle with, and I'll keep it short, with some of the like Rizzo narrative. Don't want to take anything away from him, but I try to avoid going down the road of hyperbole in terms of just like he's like done the most amazing things. Like I just don't want to mix up like correlation and causation. I feel like that trio kind of benefited from a lot of things that were happening around them. So I just don't want to act like it was like the most revolutionary things that they did. But let's keep it positive. Great guy, beautiful gowns. I am excited to see more of him with some very seasoned players.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Rizzo will have his work cut out for him in season 50 for sure. Like, I really feel like what is Q gonna do with a Riz God? Like, what
are any of them gonna do?
The people who he was with in season 49 weren't necessarily feeling him 100%. So I am very eager.
The thing. Like, I wonder when you were like, the story arc of the season. I'm like, but if we asked the competitors, would they say his idol was the story arc of the season? Maybe not. Probably not. Hey, that's me. Back to I want to talk about Sophie. Sophie B, fellow patron, our only Latina representation. Had such high hopes for her in the beginning. And then I tried to call in last week, but too many people on the horn. But no offense to actual Michael Horn. But like, I just was so bummed. I wasn't mad at her the way people were like mad at her. I was just like, why you told us all the reasons why you should do this. I've never liked anyone $1 million worth in 22 days, and I'm a lesbian. We go hard and fast, but like, you have to protect yourself. Why would you do this?
But then she has the same nail stylist for all these years.
Loyal. You know what? Get yourself a girl like Sophie B. But I felt like she really redeemed herself in the finale. Like, she gave a really good argument. She won that like final challenge. Like, I felt so happy for her, especially because she had just such like a great sport attitude about it. I hope she gets another shot.
I suspect, I mean, from the things that I've sort of heard through the grapevine is that I think that there will be more returning player seasons in the 50s. I think that in terms of
she
like,
got second place, right?
She got second place. I think that they realized, like, when they did the Survivor 50 thing, like, wow, we have such a deep bench. And I do think that is a thing where it's just like the easiest thing for them to do. The fans are all going to be excited anytime they do returning player seasons. So I think that that's just such an easy button for them to push that really makes everybody happy. So I think that especially with a lot of the new era people that they want to bring back, I do think that they will do more returning player seasons, and I think that she's an easy person to bring back. And she didn't seem bothered by the whole thing. So if she's happy, we have to be happy.
Yeah, and I wanted to hear more from her. I felt like, I know she had a choppy connection during her.
She had a bad connection with me, and I was texting with Mike Bloom, and it's weird that sometimes like he said his connection was fine with her. He had Rizzo had a bad connection for him.
Well, she's a patron. Can she call in next week? I'm just saying.
I'm not
into the Q&A.
Like I am sure like. Rizzo and Savannah, I think that there could be some complications. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get a Sophie B interview before too long.
Sweet. All right, that's all I had.
All right, thanks, Thundercats.
Okay. See ya.
Bye. Okay. All right. Let's say hi to Bobby.
Hey,
Bobby, how are you?
Doing good.
Bobby, where are you today?
I'm outside. My computer just wasn't working, so might as well just sit on the little porch.
Yeah. Okay, so what's new, Bobby?
Oh my God, so many things that I figured I could just say one word for each of them. So Jenna Maraska's record, safe. Christina's jury question, moment. Christian Survivor 50s, Christian Hubicki, beard, full. So I thought there was a lot. I'm really excited. I actually kind of want to go into a Josh Kettles spot on the patron call today. I think I know what the Billie Eilish boomerang idol will be.
Yes, what will the Billie Eilish boomerang idol be?
Go with me on this. I think it's going to be an idol relatively early in the game where in order for it to activate or work, you have to give it to someone else. And they might not even be on your tribe, might be on a different tribe or something. And only after they use it will it come back to you. But they will get to know that. So if you're like, okay, Christian finds the Billie Eilish boomerang idol, he decides that in order to activate it, he's going to give it to Angelina. Angelina reads the rules. Because I think this gives a lot of choice, and I think the producers would play with choice. And I don't know if this is my Dungeons and Dragons homebrew brain, but it's like if Angelina knows that once she plays it, Christian gets an idol, there might be incentive for her to hold on to the idol, a la Rizzo, and extend when Christian will get it back.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
It is
but I
interesting
think
that
there's something like
Rick Devens is talking about the Billie Eilish boomerang idol. So it seems like that Rick Devens might show up and just pick up right where he left off on the edge of extinction, finding idols.
right, classic.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm into it. I love and I disagree with this openly to our show director here in Disney World, but Oriental Land Company owns the international Disney parks. And they have a ton of sponsored parades. And because they're sponsored, they're bigger and there's more capable. And I'm like, let's do that with influencers every season. Who cares if it's the Tyler Perry idol? We're all smart enough to then be like, okay, that's what it's called. This is what it does.
Well, that's what I was gonna say with we have a Tyler Perry idol. Cagayan is considered to be one of the greatest seasons, and at
My
the center of
favorite
it is the Tyler Perry idol. So
yeah.
It does not necessarily mean that, okay, this is going to flop because there are whatever advantages named after famous people.
I just don't know why we have to pretend that Survivor is this legacy media that's always been a monolith of justice and taste.
It's an
As
institution.
It's an institution, but I don't know. When I think of Survivor, I'm thinking of vocal stems. I think of Natalie Anderson putting her hair up when she gets voted out of Winners at War. I think of Jenna doing a confessional like this and being like, I just want to beat the boys. I don't know. I don't think of Survivor as this really respected thing that if Mr. Beast showed up, it would be an offensive thing. You know what I mean? So I'm into it. I'm here for 50. Let's Mario Party it. Let's have fun. And I think everyone is actually way more positive about it than I expected them to be, but I'm into it.
Certainly on this call today. I mean, basically, from what we read online, it was the people were just oh my God, burn it down. But yeah, everybody's just sort of woo.
Let's be cringy. It's a cringy show where we pretend that striking a machete with flint is something to be studied and respected and adored before you go. And if you never did, you're sacrilegious. We can
wow
take a break. Yeah. I'm saying this as a person. What, right? I'm I woke up, I watched the finale in the morning, and I wonder if that really changed it. I thought it was the best episode of the season. I thought everyone suddenly was developed as characters. I ended 49 on a high.
Look at this Christmas spirit. Look what this is doing to you, Bobby.
No, literally, I just spilled a coffee everywhere and I'm still fine.
You're like Scrooge on Christmas morning.
I am. Let's spread the wealth around. You know what I mean? Who cares?
And here's a shiny nickel for you, Billie Eilish.
Yeah, as long as we vote out Ozzy and Jonathan and everyone early, I don't care what happens. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's just have a good time. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's just have fun. Okay.
All right, Bobby, thank you so much. Okay.
Absolutely. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, the patrons are such a good mood. Oh, okay. All right, let's go to Sophia. Hi, Sophia. How are you?
Hello. I'm good. I'm on a high from Survivor 49.
I think you say from your finals being over.
Oh, yeah, that too. That too. Well, I got a 4.0 this quarter. So.
Oh, nice job.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so what's going on?
My question is, do we think that Survivor should start screening jury members before trial, like how we do in America? Who do you think should have won Pearl Islands? If you say Lil,
you're out. You can't get cast on the show.
No,
I think that Christina did say that.
I know.
Yeah, that sounds very familiar. Hold on, let me.
Yeah, I think Christina did say that.
Yeah,
I'm joking, obviously, but I thought it was funny that Christina. I thought she was gonna vote for Sage. She was so emotional, and I thought she would have resonated with Sage's game, and yeah. I was like,
sorry, I was trying to. I have so many stick figures here, and I was trying to find Lil. So I was like, hey, what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't somebody vote for me?
True, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to imagine it, dude. Theater of the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, let you down, Sophia.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, Rob, what's up with that? Why? You said you would use my thing if you found it, and you didn't.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sophia.
No.
Sophia, what else is on your mind?
Oh well, my mom is on the same page as your wife. Like, she did not like Savannah the whole season, and then after the finale, she was like, "I'm so glad Savannah won." Like,
So
the
look at
stage
Savannah.
thing really won her over. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was great, and I had a nice conversation with Sage too about the whole, her whole experience.
Yeah, I haven't watched it all yet, but I did see a clip of her saying that it was boring.
Yeah, I was shocked. I said, "Will you play again?" She's like, "Rob, I gotta be honest. Survivor is kind of boring." I'm like, "Boring?"
Well, this season for sure would have been more boring without Sage. So maybe
So if you thought the 26 days is boring, don't go back in time, Sage.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Sophia, congratulations on the 4.0, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Take care. Bye. Okay. All right. Let me say hi to Jack. Let's see. Hold on. Everybody moved. Okay. Jack, how are you?
Hey, Rob. I am good. How are you?
Yeah, doing pretty good. What's going on?
Nothing much. Just enjoying life, enjoying a bit of the sun in Miami.
Yeah, it looks like beautiful where you are.
It's Miami. It's golden hour. My apartment gets the sun coming in. Life is good.
Life is
I'm
good.
on
That is good.
PTO. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But I just want to say a few things just to rapid fire these. I love the energy about season 50 in this call because I'm feeling the same way. I loved the trailer, and I am someone that I watched Mr. Beast before I ever watched Survivor. And I was in high school, was watching there, and then I caught up on Survivor, watched all of it in COVID. Do not really like Mr. Beast, not a huge fan of him, but I understand the crossover appeal because that was what I convinced my roommates in college to watch Survivor with me, is it was like a Mr. Beast video, but like legit and wasn't corny and wasn't made for ADHD brain. So anyway, I see the overlap and I see the cross appeal, and I'm really excited. And I love that you made the wrestling connection because I was going to make a similar one. It's not that they just brought celebrities in. They've been doing that for forever. But when you bring celebrities in who respect the medium and respect the business, it makes a good product. Logan Paul, Bad Bunny, Jelly Roll, 3 celebrities who've entered the wrestling world recently, who are massive fans, who trained for months. Amazing positive reaction. Contrast that with Travis Scott, who interfered in last year's WrestleMania. Everyone hates him. Exactly. So I think where I'm drawing the line is Mr. Beast has spoke very positively about Survivor for years. Zach Brown, very positively. Billie Eilish literally has a song where she sings about it. You know, all these people that speak positively about it, that I trust that it will be a positive addition, especially because I think that it's going to be roughly, a very small part they just wanted to put in the trailer to get hype. So I was just really, really, really excited to see my favorites come back. And you want to know the best part? I know I'm yapping a lot.
What is it? What's the best
feels
part?
different. For the first time.
Oh, what is this I'm feeling?
For 5 years.
Where's that butterfly? Like, is this something different? Yeah.
Literally 24 of them. The music, the soundtrack, the island, the beaches look different. The boat they were all on, it looked different. It felt different. It felt like something new and exciting. And I was just watching it. I've watched that trailer like 5-10 times already, and I'm just excited. And I just cannot wait.
Let's freaking go. Let's do it.
Let's go. Yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm just really excited. And I cannot believe that we have Traders, and then we have this, and then if anyone's from Miami.
And Beast Games.
But more importantly, Drag Race Season 18, which has 2 Miami queens, Juicy Love Dion and Athena Dion from our house.
Okay.
Shout out.
Okay.
But anyway,
all right. Well, Jack, great call. Enjoy the sun and have a great holiday.
You as well.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay. All right. Let's say hi to Rick. Hey, Rick, what's going on?
How's it going, man? How you doing, Rob?
I'm doing great, Rick. Nice buff.
Sporting your buff. Got it for my, I got your swag bag. So thank you very much. Appreciate
it, Rick. What's going on?
These things are comfortable. Is that?
I love them. I have so many buffs around my house.
Is that what it smells like from when you get a new one on the island? I mean,
when you get a new one, it is a very nice thing. And then they do like start to show their wear and tear. It's never the same once you put it in the washing machine. But I really use so many buffs. I mean, they're great for like, anytime you want to, like, it's great. You put it in your pocket. It's great. You want to block out the sun. When I am on the treadmill, like I get like sweat in my eyes, put a buff on, it's just that the problem is if you have like another person around and they can mock you and say like, you're such a loser. What are you like pretending you're still on Survivor? Like, no, I'm not pretending I'm on Survivor. I just like it's very functional.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to order some more just so I can start working out and everything else with it. So I'm actually getting ready to go to the Bears Detroit game, the last game of the season, and I know it's gonna be cold, and I'm gonna use this as a
yeah. I mean, they're good for like for hot or cold.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean to do a buff commercial.
Hey, just sorry I missed about an hour. I got a work call like right in the middle of this, so I hate that I missed it. It's probably been asked, but how would you rate this season compared to the rest of the new year, the rest of the new era?
I would say that I don't think it was the worst, but the beginning was so slow, and I do think that the Rizzo and Savannah being on Survivor 50, I do feel like really dampened some of the excitement around the season.
I hadn't known. I really.
I think it would have been a really fun ride had we not known about that.
Especially when they had the three, when it was just the three of them and they were on the bottom.
Yeah.
We all knew that they weren't going to put somebody from in 8th place or 7th place on 50. So we knew something had to happen that they got farther. So.
Because, when you think about it, and not to say that Rizzo was necessarily Russell and, Rizzo and Savannah and Soph were, more of a trio than like Russell's group. But it really was a similar story in that you had where Russell was going to play again. And I don't think that people necessarily knew that. And you watched where the Russell's group got to the merge. They had 8 and the other side had 4. This was 7-3. But it was the same sort of story where Russell's 4 ends up being, were they the last 4 in the game? I think they were, right?
Yeah, it was.
So it really was very similar. And people weren't like, oh my God, boring. Russell, plot armor. We know he's going to the end. That people were captivated. And they were pissed when he didn't win. And they were excited when he was on the next season.
Besides seeing Christian back on your screen, what are you looking forward to most about 50?
Q, I thought really stole the trailer. I thought that was great. I'm such a big fan of his, like as a character. That was great. I thought that they really nailed it with Coach. I thought the scale of Colby coming back, I thought was also really amazing to see. So, it's hard to not get excited to see Sari back on the screen.
Coach doing the monologue was or whatever they call that.
They nailed that. That was easy.
They nailed that. So, man, I know there's a lot of people wanting to talk to you and stuff. I appreciate it. Love talking to you. Finally I actually came to talk to you the week before you left, or the week that you left for that other show that's getting ready to come on.
Yeah.
So I actually had my questions and everything is like, where the hell are you?
What were you going to ask?
I was going to ask, I was going back to do a rewatch because I kind of missed, there's about a 5-year span that I missed from like 35. I saw 40, but then didn't see the first 3 or 4 years of the new era, or the 3 or 4 seasons of the new era. So I was going to ask, like, of these seasons, what should I go back and watch? What should I watch first? And I think it was like, I was going to ask like between 37 and 36 or something like that. But I went back while you were in Scotland. I rewatched all those seasons and loved every bit of it. I had seen Christian on your show before I had ever seen him on Survivor.
Yeah.
I'm like, this dude's smart, man.
He's great.
So it was kind of fun to watch there. So anyways, man, I've been a fan of yours, watched since season 1, back in good old Richard Hatch days. And then seeing you come on, you're one of my favorite players, man. I love the fact that I'm getting ready to see you on the screen again. Can't wait.
Thank you, Rick.
We'll be talking some more, man. It's been a pleasure, my friend.
All right. Pleasure talking to you too. Take care. Okay.
Peace.
Bye. Okay. All right. Thank you, Rick. Okay. I still have a lot of people on hold. We're gonna get to them. That I could use a bathroom break at some point in the next if we're gonna go for another 45 minutes, 60 minutes.
I think you're fine.
How do I fire somebody on the podcast? Okay. All right. So let's go to. Okay, let's say hi to Erica. Hi, Erica. How are you?
Hi, Rob. I'm sorry. Do you want to go to the bathroom? Because I will
No, I just like
absolutely talk. I will
no.
talk.
That's that's fine. Well, who you talk to another patron?
I'll talk to anybody you want.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But
All right.
then you have to let me talk to you for a second.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's talk. Let me see if I
I
can
love
figure
all the
out.
patrons. Love them.
Figure out a plan for me to get away for a couple minutes in a little bit. But you go, Erica.
I was just gonna say everything turned out how we thought it would. And I enjoyed it like all the Survivor seasons, blah, blah, blah. But something that nobody's mentioned, I don't care about the nonsense. And that's what I'm calling it, nonsense, Mr. Beast, the
Yeah.
whole thing. Because it's not my thing, it's not for me. But when it came on, the promo, and we're seeing them on the tarmac, and we're seeing.
Hold on, Erica, you cut out for a second. Hold on. Where that we lost? I lost you.
Hi.
Yes. Okay. You're back.
Sorry, you can hear me. I'm sorry.
You're good.
What's her name? Jenna Lewis.
Yes.
Yeah, we see them aged, and it's like, it took me back in time. I know where I was when I watched that first episode of Survivor, and I was home visiting my grandmother. I just finished graduate school, and I was just like, oh my God. And I'm thinking about what I look like then and what these people look like now. It was really like kind of like a magical feeling moment. Yeah, they should have just went with all of that, because us older folks, that's the stuff we go for.
Yeah, I mean, nobody is feeling that way of like, wow, I can't believe like I remember where I was 6 months ago.
Exactly. So yeah, the first, did you get that feeling when you were watching the first half?
Yeah, certainly, to see Colby on the screen, Jenna Lewis, I think that those people, I thought they really nailed it with the coach.
Yeah. And Ozzy and his hair, whatever that is going on.
Yeah. I mean, it hasn't been that long since we've seen Ozzy, but yeah.
No, yeah. But in the wrinkles, you can just see it in their face. They're like older. They're like, okay. I just assimilate very much with that whole, because I was their age when they were playing, you know what I mean? So it was kind of neat.
Yeah.
What else? Rizzo, you guys called it. What a game-changing kind of evolution we've had. And I never saw Ferris play Australian Survivor, although I've seen Australian Survivor plenty. That was just incredible. But you guys called it. I'm like, these guys, they're ridiculous.
What did we call?
Just him, the revolutionary style of playing that idol. What do they call it? Implicit
Immunity,
Yeah.
where that he knows that they're not going to put the votes on him because he's holding the idol, and so if he knows that, then he doesn't have to play the idol, and I think that that's going to be something that people are going to have to untangle.
Yeah, no, but you guys are the analysts that call everything so perfectly. It's great.
Yeah, thank you,
And
Erica.
I'm so excited for you and the traders, and you're doing great things, and I'm just thrilled for you, all of that.
Yeah.
And I wanted to wish you guys a very happy holiday.
Thank
New
you,
Year, and all that.
Erica. You're my ultimate hype person, and you've been so kind through the whole experience, and
We know you're going to do well no matter what, no matter if you finish first, last, but I've seen a few outfits. I'm just saying that for everybody. I don't know. I didn't see that on Dorinda last time I watched. I mean, yeah, we're picking up clues.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
fun to watch. Okay, I'm going to let you go. But
You're always picking up the clues.
that's me. It's like a mystery. Everything's a mystery.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Erica. Okay. All right.
Yes. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. All right. Let me say hi to Anastasia. Anastasia, how are you?
Hey, Rob, how are you?
Doing great. What's going on?
I have 3 words for you. Epic, epic, and epic.
Yes.
I love the end of the season finale. The fact that there were 3 women in
the season finale in Final Tribal Council. I have to just point it out. It's just super exciting. But I love the trailer. Coach in the beginning, Q in the middle, and Mike White at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It was just perfect. I'm so hyped up. I love it.
Okay.
You know, I love Mike White's quote. It's kind of like a high school reunion and a massacre.
And a massacre. Yeah.
And I'm just like, and I, like you guys, didn't know Magellan had quotes, but it's Coach.
I never heard of Magellan quote, but yeah.
It's Coach. We have to kind of expect that. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But I actually have a question from my daughter to you.
Yes.
She noticed during the season finale that Savannah and Sage like went right from the challenge to eating, and she's like, don't they have time to like at least like wash their face or something? No.
They love it. Actually, they have been saying for like all through the new era that they get mud on them and then they make them eat the reward with the mud. And they're like, well, can we go in the ocean? And the players are like, they tell them no. So I don't know why that is, that for whatever reason, the people who are producing the reward say, no, you have to eat covered in the dirt and the mud.
She's like,
I would hate that.
She's like, Mom, they can't just even wash like their face. You'd be eating mud.
I feel like they are not allowed to. When they have a reward with mud, they don't let them wash off the mud before they eat, which I think is like it would give me the ick.
Yeah. No, I agree. She just pointed it out. She's like, ask Rob, Mom. Ask Rob. I'm like, okay, I'll ask Rob.
I can't tell you why, but I can tell you that that is a thing. It's not just them.
Okay. All right. Well, happy
I would
holidays.
fall off the boat. I'm like, oh my God, I fell off the boat.
Like they can't just jump in for like I get having mud all over their face, but at least like this
They
area.
don't let them. I mean, it's not their call.
But
Like,
I
I spilled my drink.
I just
Oh my
want to say
God.
thank you for this community. Thank you for giving us this community, Rob.
Yeah, thank you, Anastasia. And I appreciate that. And you were always such a evangelist for Survivor 49.
Epic. Just saying epic. I loved it. And I love the fact that it was old school. Like Christina's question was old school.
Yes.
You know, so we all, said we wanted old school, and then Christina asked an old school question, and some people are like, but why'd she ask that question? Because it was old school. It reminded me of Sue Hawk with her speech of the snakes and the rats, and you could tell Christina was mad, and she wanted to kind of stick it to Savannah, and that's what she did.
Yeah.
But it was a great season, and I'm so excited for Traders. And I know you're going to do great, and I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for this community you've built for us, and I can't wait. I am pre-ordering your book. And
thank you, Anastasia.
So have a happy holiday, and tell everybody I said hi.
I will. Okay.
All
All right.
right,
Take care. Bye. Okay. All right. Let me say hi to King Philip. Your Highness.
Actually, no, not today. I heard your interview with Rizzo, and he called you the king of all online Survivor fandom. So
Is that what he said? Was that the
he
title?
did.
Yeah.
He gave you the title of king of all online. So I will call you your majesty today.
Yes.
So
Okay. Two kings, a pair
That's
of
it.
kings.
That's it. And then I think we have an ace. I was not going to give a carrot and a stick today,
but
we announced places to be. I just found out.
Yes.
And there's no Dallas, and it breaks my heart. So
Yeah.
So I'm still hoping I'm still hoping beyond hope that we'll announce the fourth location is Dallas. But
Maybe
right now,
the
my heart
hidden immunity idol for the 50 states will be in Dallas. You've got a tough assignment because you have to search the biggest state to find the hidden immunity idol.
This is true, and if Jeff doesn't put it in Dallas, there'll be a huge stick for him. Huge.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, I wanted to talk just briefly about the GOAT, the greatest of all time, about Rizzo, and wanted to see what your final opinions of him was.
Okay.
One of the things that kept coming up is people kept saying that he was like a Xander and couldn't win because of the Steven interview. And I kind of think that his take that he would have won was closer to correct. Just because I know just how charming that guy is.
Yeah.
You want to be around him. You want to see him smile. And that I think he would have won the bout. I'm just wanting to see what you say.
I think it's hard to see where the 4 votes would have come from. I would have liked to have heard his final tribal council speech because I thought that he did have some really good points that he made about what he did with his game in the Survivor after show. I don't know if the jury necessarily was prepared to receive it, but maybe if he's there instead of Sage, certainly he could get the Jawan vote. But it's hard to see. I don't think he's pulling Steven away from Savannah. I don't know. I think that Savannah needs to be on the jury. And then, okay, now Savannah is there. Now Nate is there. Now I think he's starting to pick up some of the Savannah votes. So I think he could have beaten Soph, but I don't know if he ever was going to beat Savannah. So I think that really he had the right idea. Make the fire at Final Four, take Savannah out. Hey, I took out the biggest threat. I played my idol. I think all of a sudden now Savannah votes for him. Nate votes for him. I guess Sage is there, so he probably doesn't get the Jawan vote. But can he pick up the Alex vote? That's 3 now. Can he pick up Yellow Sophie if Savannah's not there?
I think he picks up. I think he picks up all of the Savannah votes.
All of the Savannah votes,
except maybe Steven. Steven.
So I'm trying to think of. So it's Savannah got what? Nate, Alex, Steven, Sophie, and who's the 5th one? Nate, Alex, Steven, Sophie, and
not Jawan, not not Christina.
The chat will know.
I can't remember.
Okay, but yeah, so I think that he definitely has a pretty good shot if Savannah's not. No, he would have his own vote. Yeah, so he was on the jury. Yeah. He voted for Savannah. He was the 5th vote. So I think that he would have.
So somebody else vote. Like Sage or that's right. Yeah, or Savannah. So
yeah, okay.
Anyway, yeah, that's the only question I have.
That's a fair point. Okay.
I was in a Dallas watch party, and I actually cried. That's the first time I've ever cried.
Wow.
When Savannah's fire broke the thing, it brought tears to my eyes. I don't know. It was emotional for me. It was awesome. Final question. This is just theoretically. I don't know if you know this answer or not. But if someone were to play a reality show, say in a different country, I don't know, maybe Scotland,
sure,
and they were to bring home the winnings of that reality show, how much taxes would be taken out?
So I don't know. I know that they do. There are the money you get paid to go on Traders is taxed from, you pay money to the United Kingdom. So that's not a problem that I myself am dealing with.
All right. You heard it here 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Rob
wins.
Wins.
Okay.
Rob wins the Trader.
All right.
Anyway.
Thank you, Kid Philip. Okay. All right. And so I figured out a plan here. Let's check in with Reed. Reed is going to tell us about the Snakey Award. And Reed, would you be insulted if I went to the bathroom while you told us about the Snakey Award?
No, but I do have a question for you.
Okay, give me the question first.
Okay, I'll give you the question first because I've been waiting for a while. I wanted to stay present with 49 now that we got through it. Because as a new fan of this show, someone who's jumped on recently, we're entering a rare moment in time for an opportunity of the live show coming up for, the end of season 50. And I was just curious of how do people get tickets for that? What is that approach?
No, I don't think it's so they don't. Tickets are not available to the public for when they do the live show. I think that they have a certain number of tickets, and that's at the discretion of the CBS, PR and whatever marketing they end up doing. So it is a tough ticket to come by. It's not you pre-order it.
Yeah, I was just curious because I'm watching all the old seasons, and then you see the crowd. I'm like, oh, that would be so fun to go to. But yeah, I know it's going to be a very tight circle to get into. But I was just very curious
I hope
about
they
that
invite
one.
me,
And then,
Reed.
hey, I thought you would be in of all people. But and then yeah, I was also going to say jumping on the bandwagon of stoked for season 50. I'm trying to be more optimistic. I love all that they're going to be doing. I feel like for the haters out there, if they haven't been picking up on how the Survivor has been developing over the years,
Mm-hmm.
and if you've been watching, you would know that if you're not willing to adapt to Survivor, your torch is going to get snuffed. And so
Wow.
I feel like, yeah, we got to come into this openly. Their Survivor's top of reality TV show. I think all the other shows that are contributing are kind of coming in to honor what Survivor's done. I feel like that's just a new take on what we saw in the trailer. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like I have to like make a video, like such a mea culpa of like, hey, I just talked
Yeah.
with about 30 different people from the RHAP community, and
Yeah.
like the response to the season 50
It's been
trailer
great.
was like 95% positive.
Yeah, I think a lot of it too is we saw, the cast reveal. We were a little butthurt with like how it first happened. Then we had to let it sit, let us all calm down,
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of come into it with fresh eyes and a new perspective after watching the whole different season.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I think we just gotta trust the cast people. They know what they're doing. So I think it's gonna be a good season.
Okay.
And I'll let you go.
And with that, Reed, okay, why don't you tell us about the Snakey Award?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay. So for those of you that do not know about the Snakey Award, this was introduced in beginning of the season as a paying tribute to Jake, who got bit. And the idea is, if someone were to make a move, were to like they're planning to make a move, and if it worked or if they went through with it, it would actually end up backfiring, and they would get sent home. And so I haven't been able to do it the last 2 weeks, and so like this person, I too have been holding on to this all season. Many people have been skeptical about it, been questioning if it's out there. But I would say for the last 2 episodes, I'm going to be giving the Snakey Award to Sophie, Blue Sophie, or Soph, as Jeff would call her. For the first time, I would say, because I think we all agree that Sophie should have played her knowledge is power on Rizzo. And I think if she had done that, Rizzo would have respected the move and she would have been able to win. And so now going into the finale, I feel like because now that we know Savannah had won, I think what she should have done was kept it would have been Sophie Sage, because we know that she only got one. And I think she would have had a really good battle against Rizzo. And so I think the last 2 Snakey Awards go to Blue Sophie. Thank you guys for listening. I don't know who's all watching this, but this has been a super great run. I've loved this community. I think we all gotta be a little bit more optimistic about what's to come for season 50. And I have hopes. I think it's going to be a really great celebration to what Survivor has done to reality TV, and how much they've impacted our community. So that's all I got.
Yes. Okay. What a Snakey Award.
What a Snakey Award.
One of the best ones. Yes.
Blue Soph.
Okay.
That's
all
what I
right.
gave. Yeah. Thank you, Rob, so much.
Did Savannah get pissed that she didn't get any enough Snakey Awards this season?
She may
she
have
comment on that?
Maybe I was gonna give it to Savannah, but now knowing that she won,
She did send me a message. She's like, why hasn't Reed given me the Snakey Award?
If you have any opportunity to talk to the cast of Survivor 49,
Mhm.
you have my permission to let them know about the Snakey Award and who got them.
Okay.
For my
All right.
reasons. But
All right.
thank you so much, Rob.
Thank you,
This
Reed.
has been
Okay.
great. I'm
All right.
looking forward to it. Bye.
Okay. All right. We have here with us, let's say hi to Courtney. Hi, Courtney. How are you?
So I can't hear.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm
Okay. Do you want to go?
I'll come back on.
Okay. All right. Very quiet. Okay. All right. Let's go to old Chris. Old Chris, can you hear me?
I sure can.
How are you?
My eyes open this morning. I'll take it.
Okay. Look at you.
Yeah. I expected it to be a shitty work day, and it wasn't bad. It was good, actually. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's my ultimate feeling. I'm 49. It was fine. It was good.
Mhm.
It was pizza. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime we have a season of Survivor where something terrible doesn't happen, I think it's like it's usually pretty good. Nothing terrible happened.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They don't all have to be the best.
Right. Nobody got canceled. Okay.
Mhm.
So we're good. Let's see. And as far as the season 50 trailer goes, I did anything with celebrities. I can miss me, but anything that focuses on Coach quoting that noted wordsmith Magellan.
Yeah.
I'll take that all day long.
Yeah.
Coach,
The only celebrity you care about is Bubby Brister.
That is a poll right there. That is a poll. I thought you were going to say the only celebrity I care about is Magellan. Big Magellan guy over here.
Big Magellan guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I prefer Verrazano. They named a good bridge after him.
Yeah, Magellan. All he got named after him was a GPS.
Yeah, I mean, and nobody even uses GPS anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, but the Verrazano Narrows Bridge will outlast all of us.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, anything else, Chris? What's going on?
Not much. I'm looking forward to 50. I'm looking forward to New York. I'm gonna go to that for sure. Just a happy ending to something that we talked about a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Jordan Kalish will be hosting Library Mafia for my wife in the month of January 14th.
Okay. What a get.
Yeah, I know. We're bringing all the big celebrities into the library for virtual programming.
All right, well, that's fun.
So I wanted to make sure I got the plug in for that, so that way, if I ever, So I wanted to make sure everybody knows. I'll post in the Discord, I think, when we get closer.
Okay. All right. Well, Chris, thank you so much, and have a great holiday. Okay.
Thanks. You too, man. Take care.
Bye. Okay. All right. Let's go to, how about Tanner? Tanner, how are you?
I am really good, Rob. How are you today?
Very good. So festive, Tanner.
I know. You like my sweater?
Yes. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Yeah. So you'll hear more about that in my Home Alone commentary coming up.
I know. I got excited for that. That's the first two Home Alone movies are probably like my favorite holiday Christmas movies. So I'm looking forward to that.
And I'd say also, the first two Home Alone movies are also my favorite two Home Alone movies.
Yeah. The Home Alone 3 through 6. Yeah.
I like the old era.
Yeah.
Home Alone.
I liked it when I like when Macaulay Culkin was the main character.
Yes, that's my Home Alone. It was like
that's my Kevin
Home
McAllister.
Alone. We like Home Alone, the new one.
Yeah, but overall, I thought the finale was pretty good. Nothing too unexpected, although there was some things I didn't expect. Like I didn't expect Christina to go out at 5. I thought she'd for sure make the final 3. I did not expect Blue Sophie to win final immunity, considering how far behind she was during that challenge. And I also didn't expect the final 3 to be all women. That was a pleasant surprise because we haven't had that in a while. And I was
We haven't had that in a while, but you know what? It's been a lot longer since we had a final 3 of all men. How about that?
That's true.
Nobody's talking about that, Tanner.
No one's talking about that.
Can you tell me what was the last time that there was an all 3 men final 3?
Nicaragua with Fabio, Sass, and Shane.
Yeah. In fact, we have had a all-women final 3 times since we've had an all-men final 3.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. Crazy facts with Rob Cesternino.
Yeah, I thought about that, and I was going to tweet it, and I saw Dalton Ross already had it, so he beat me to the punch.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
yeah, so all men final 3 in Survivor Nicaragua. There was all women final 3 in Survivor One World. All women final 3 in Survivor San Juan del Sur. So it's actually twice in the 20s.
Yeah.
And then 0 times in the new era that there were no all men or all women final 3s all through the 30s and 40s until we got to season 49 with the all women final 3.
Yeah, it was crazy how that worked out. I don't think those 3 women like planned it that way, but I'm glad it worked out for them because I think that was
there's very few final 3s that are planned, you know.
Yeah, especially
how
with
many
the fire.
times in the history of the show has like people like this is our final 3 and we're gonna get there, like Jeremy, Tasha, and Spencer. But other than, I can't think of too many where it's like, hey, this was our Laurel and Dominic and Wendell.
Yeah, I mean, like
But
especially with fire.
it's very rare that the 3 that, hey, our final 3, look at us, we're in the final 3.
Yeah, I think the fire making challenge certainly doesn't help with that because fire making's always a bit of a crapshoot.
Yeah, I mean, so all right, Tanner, what else is on your mind?
So I kind of wanted, my one question for today is obviously it's confirmation now that Rizzo and Savannah are going to be at 50. So how do you think they'll do considering that the other 22 people that are on this cast have not seen their season? And really, this is the first time that a winner has played in back-to-back seasons.
So I think if I had to like this should be a fun, put this on the next census. Who will do better on Survivor 50? Rizzo or Savannah? I'm going to say Savannah. I think that Rizzo,
I think so too.
To me, I feel like that people might just feel like he is sus coming in. It's like, why is this guy here? What did he do?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I think with Savannah, you get it. She's, if I'm allowed to say this, a very attractive person. Like you can see like, okay, that this is like, all right, we get it. That, she doesn't even have to necessarily be like this cutthroat player. You can sort of see like, oh, okay, I understand why they wanted to have her on the show. You look at Rizzo and it's like, all right, he must have done something.
Yeah, this kid had to have done something spectacular to get cast on the show. Yeah. And I do think that based on her,
I'm not saying that that's why Savannah is on season 50, but if I was one of the people that like, I showed up and it's like, okay, who's this? It's like, and it's like, oh, okay, I understand that, just from a TV perspective, okay, that why she might be there, as opposed to Rizzo. I think you start to really, your mind starts racing of like, okay, did he just go ahead and is he like the new Russell Hantz?
Yeah, I imagine that Colby Donaldson probably has PTSD with the last time he had to, play with someone that he hadn't seen their season.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Like, hey, we all
can we all just vote Rizzo out real quick just to play it safe? But yeah, I do think that Savannah overall, I think will probably do better than Rizzo. And I also think that I think just even from the 10 days that they had in between seasons, I do think that Savannah is probably, even though she won, I think she is probably learned kind of like the strengths and weaknesses of her game. I think she is aware that she probably didn't play the best social game this season. And I think she's probably going to and I think that helps with Christina's, jury question. I think she's going to take that and, apply it to season 50. And I'm curious to see if that will work out for her.
And as far as Savannah's difficulties in the game, I feel like that the people that she did not work especially well with, especially among the women, were the women that were a little bit more like heart first, connection first. When you take a look at the women, and specifically the women of the new era, I think that they're a lot more in the Savannah mold than some of the women that were on her own season. When we take a look at Emily Flippin, Genevieve, Dee, Camilla, like these are not necessarily like the people that you say, oh, they're so like warm and fuzzy that they're like oh, all about just like a who's being nice. Like these are like really smart, like strong women who I don't think they're not going to like the type of women that Savannah worked well with, both of the Sophies like in this season. Like I feel like that she might find a home among the people in the new era in terms of the returning players.
Yeah, because I think she is probably more inclined to connect with people like a Tiffany or a Steph or an Aubrey that are probably not so much warm and fuzzy and more like hardened players that, you
Well,
know.
Aubrey is somebody who I feel like is a little bit
Done.
more like a sage than Aubrey might be somebody I don't think is necessarily going to connect great with Savannah.
Yeah, you probably not, but you never know. You know,
I guess you never know.
We've seen
I'll
some
watch
very
it. I'll
weird
see
connections.
what happens.
Yeah. But I gotta wrap up. I wish you the very best of luck on the traders, and I look forward to talking about next season.
Thank you, Tanner. Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Let's say hi to Tang. Hey, Tang, what's going on?
Hey, Rob. Happy Friday.
Happy
And, yeah, sad that this
Friday.
is going to be the last call-in for Survivor, at least.
Yes. Okay. Because you're getting ready for you're going back home, right? And then you're gonna come back to go to Survivor 50 watch parties all spring.
I know. I'm very excited. I do need to start planning that and like just looking at flights and stuff.
Okay.
Or driving, given I'm in the Bay Area. So yeah.
Okay, maybe you could get like rent a van and just like drive from week to week.
Maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think what I wanted to talk about was more on the 50 side. Because so from my perspective at the 49 finale, which I loved, I actually had to skip the 50 preview because like our bar like turned off the sound after Savannah's win is revealed. I think it's just the general consensus that people don't like watching the
after show. The bar knew. They're like, nobody likes the after show. Turn it off.
I mean, I like it. I would have stayed to watch, but not many other people did. But and yeah, so I watched the 50 trailer like 3 or 4 times. But for me, it was because I was trying to find Genevieve, and like she was just in like one single shot, like when Aubrey was like diving off the platform.
Yeah, but they don't show Genevieve until the 4th episode, so it's fine.
I know. Yeah, no. So like, yeah,
Survivor
she
says
has a
that
plan,
we
like,
never show Genevieve until the 4th episode.
The silent assassin, right?
Yes.
But yeah, my other thing about season 50 is in the hands of fans. I think every person on season 50 is a fan of the show. Some maybe like Boomerang fans, like Boomerang idols. Like I think Colby could be said to be a Boomerang fan in a way. Based on the
You could call Colby a boomer? Come on, Tang.
Boomerang, Rob.
Oh, okay.
Boomerang fan, like the Boomerang idol.
Yes, like Billie Eilish.
Yeah, and so I'm hoping that the Zach Browns and Mr. Beast they come into the show. Not to be Zach Brown, Mr. Beast.
I call him Uncle Beast.
Survivor
Is that
fans.
wrong? Are
What?
people gonna get mad at me? I call him Uncle Beast.
Uncle Beast
Uncle
is fine,
B.
yeah.
Uncle B's here, everybody.
Uncle B.
Uncle B's here he has something to share with us, Uncle B.
I mean, you know, if they say Uncle Jay, they're like, who is it, Jimmy or Jeff? Right?
That's right. Yeah, I call him Uncle Jay.
But yeah, I want them to come on the show, like to come into our orbit, our Survivor orbit, and show that hey, we're fans too. We just had to be more low key because like we have other stuff to promote, and like there's like maybe legalese, like we're not allowed to say Survivor or something, you know, like who knows? But yeah, like I want them
Who's
to
not
come
allowed
say,
to say Survivor? Mr. Beast? Uncle Jay?
like that's what we don't know, right? Like I mean, there's more stuff.
Is that why
in
they turned the
ether.
sound off at the bar? Do you think they weren't legally allowed to show it?
I think that was just feedback, perhaps, from previous watch parties.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not in charge of the TVs at the bars.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, just hoping that any celebrity that comes on and say, I'm a huge fan of Survivor. I want to be on the show, but if I can't, the next best thing is to come on and give an idol, some crazy idol.
Tang, I want to know from you, what celebrity would you have been the most excited to see on Survivor?
The celebrity, I think it's between Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Rachel Brosnahan because they've mentioned in previous like talk shows that they're huge fans, and those are like big stars. So like,
yeah,
I think if they were willing to like sleep with us,
if Julia Louis-Dreyfus, like I got the Julia Louis-Dreyfus, the sponge-worthy idol.
Yeah, or you know. The Veep idol or something.
You
like.
are so good looking. Yeah. Okay.
I actually never watched Seinfeld, so I may not know that reference.
Oh, okay. Well, you just that if you like Julia Louis-Dreyfus, you'll love it. Okay. All right, Tang. Thank you so much. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Rob.
Take care. Bye. Okay. Let's see if we could hear Courtney yet, or if Courtney can hear us. Courtney, can you hear us now? Courtney? No? Still no? Okay. All right.
I don't know. I don't know why my sound doesn't work.
Okay. All right. Courtney, why don't you just ask your question? Can we tell Courtney in the
Actually,
chat?
you know what? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes. You can ask your question.
So it's weird because it's
You hear me through the TV.
okay. Okay. I can actually, you know what it was? I actually have you on my TV. And
And
so
you
it's
turn down
like
the volume?
doing something weird with the TV.
Yeah. Okay.
I am. Yep. So it's a little bit of a lag, but I can still hear you. So my question is how do you feel about the Temu version of the rewards? Like the sanctuary being totally Temu. Like, in my opinion, I feel like, what are we doing here? Could we give them a shower? Could we give them bathrobes?
Mm-hmm. Do you think that we should maybe have some sort of like celebrity chef be coming into Survivor 50 to cook the rewards, where like, all right, oh look, it's Guy Fieri is here to cook your reward for you. Yeah, I think that in the new era, I think that they have tried to make the rewards crappier to try to be like, you have to earn everything. Look at this. Look how hard people are fighting for a rotisserie chicken with no utensils and no sides. Look how hard people are fighting for a hot dog that doesn't even have ketchup or mustard. Yeah. Now you got it. Yeah. All right. Well, Courtney, thank you for your patience. And do you have Christmas pajamas on already?
Thank you so much, Rob. I really appreciate it.
Yes,
Sorry, this
okay.
audio. This is my first time ever calling in to
Don't get
do this.
discouraged, okay?
So I love you. I love all of it, and keep doing what you're doing, dude.
All right.
I can't wait
thank
to
you,
see you on
Courtney.
Traders.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So let's say hi to Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Sarah. What's going on?
This is also my first time calling in. Very excited. So
Yeah,
I
get that. You seem excited.
I am so excited. I was thinking about the season 50 trailer and how they brought the celebrities on, and I feel like there are just so many celebrities already within the Survivor universe. Why couldn't we bring in some people that were maybe snubbed for season 50, or maybe are too old to come actually compete, or don't want to actually come back for the game, but they could be featured in episodes and make a bunch of people happy? Why couldn't we do that?
That's not a bad idea. Do you feel like that we could have had like the Chase Rice show up to give out his idol? Would that have been good?
Exactly. We could have different kinds of
Yeah.
advantages that are featured through their types of gameplay that they had on their own seasons.
Yes.
We could
Okay.
also voted on it on the people that would have been put in 50.
Yeah.
It would have been
What
great.
about the? Could we have gotten like the Elizabeth Hasselbeck idol?
I'm not doing that.
Oh, okay. Right?
Yeah, perfect.
So, I wonder, could we have gotten other famous survivors to come in?
Yes,
But
definitely.
aren't
They
you
could be
surprised
included
that
in
like
different
they did
challenges.
that? And again, I don't know what the production schedule is, but doesn't it seem like, okay, well, we asked Rob Mariano and he didn't want to do it. But I like, is he not? Okay, well, he's not famous enough. He's
I
not
mean,
Zach
surely
Brown.
he's available though, because Deal or No Deal Island just fell through, so he
Mhm.
needs a new
I mean,
gig.
Yeah, we had Cochran on Survivor Game Changers. It seems like that, and who knows? Like maybe they just didn't show them in the trailer, but it seems like a weird spot of like, if you had other famous Survivor players that weren't playing, like it feels like you could have used them.
Exactly. And for all of the super fans that they cast on these seasons anyway, I think they'd be more excited to see a classic Mount Rushmore type of player come in instead of Mr. Beast, perhaps.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Also, I had one more idea. I'm interested in both your and Stephen Fishback's books, and I was wondering if you should do like a collab for some kind of Christmas deal, so maybe sell more together.
So, Taryn had pointed out earlier, like around like Black Friday, there was like a Target that had like buy 2 books, get 1 free. And I don't know if there's any other sales. Like the issue is that my book and Taryn's book and Steven's book all have different publishing companies. So
Mhm.
it's not like that there is one sort of like bundle deal that the different publishers can like collaborate on.
Right. Makes sense. Well, I'll just order them anyway then.
Okay. Listen, the nice thing is that they are spaced out where that it's not necessarily a lot of book shock all at once.
Right.
Taryn's book is already out. Steven's book is coming out in January. My book's coming out in May. So like luckily we've spaced them out nicely.
It'll be perfect for my book club.
Yeah. Cool.
Love it.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Bye. Okay. All right. Let me say hi to Jason. Jason, what's happening?
Hey, can you hear me all right?
Yes, Jason, you're doing great.
Awesome. Yeah, I quickly wanted to say something about Survivor 50 first. It's been I've been really excited for it. I saw the first half of the trailer and I was like, this is amazing. And then I saw the second half and I'm like, I'm still really, really excited. Part of it for me is that I'm kind of happy. This is probably a hot take, but I'm happy that they're going to get so many more random other people watching now. Like, I'm not one of the people where like we have to have, like a super small group of people. Like, I'm happy if they do that, if they get a huge spike in viewership, and if that makes it so they say, oh, we have more money now, we can do a live show every season. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
Mhm.
Whereas, I worry that if we just keep everything the same for so long, that it's not gonna happen. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to ask about the after show versus the live show. I'm just kind of confused on like the main thing that people are disappointed about it, because they're saying like, oh, we don't like how you go immediately to a show where the second place and third place people are like disappointed and super like that's happened. Like, doesn't that happen in the live show anyway, where they read the votes out and then they find out they lose? Like even if it's like 5 months later.
I would say like 90% of the time, everybody knows what's up. Everybody knows that what's going to happen. I think there have been a few people in the history of the show that did not know that or thought that they were going to win, where it's like a close vote. I think that, trigger warning for everybody. I'm pretty sure that Mike Skupin thought he won Survivor Philippines. And I think that was like, I think he went to the finale thinking that he was going to win or like very close to the finale, like had thought he had won like all season and then didn't win. I think that Russell thought he won for a while, but I don't know if he still went into the finale thinking that he had won. But I think there's a couple of people where maybe it's a little bit in doubt whether or not they had won. I had lied to Jenna Maraska and told her I voted for Matthew up until like they revealed the votes just to mess with her. But I think she was pretty confident that she had it.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. All right, I see that. Well, I'm hoping that we all voted for a live one for 50, and I don't see how they couldn't do that, especially with all the
It seems like with some of the prizes they're talking about that it seems like we're leading to that, but again, I don't know when we'll know officially.
Yeah. Anyway, well, thank you so much. I'm excited
Jason.
to order your book, and I'll
Cool. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Jason. Bye. Okay. And then I think the man who has the last word, it's UK Nathan.
Hello. Yeah, me.
Yes.
Very,
Are
very
you back home,
privileged.
Nathan?
I am back home. Yes, I'm very happy to be back
everybody
home.
excited to see you?
Yes. I got a big hug from my sister, which was nice.
Yes.
She was a
I
little
bet
perkier
she
than
was
normal. So
excited. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I'm back. Everything's walking on sunshine right now. Really good mood.
Okay.
I got all my uni stuff done, so I can just settle down. Seen my mates. Everything's pretty sick, and I was very happy with the Survivor 49 finale.
Yes.
Which I think it's probably of the 4 finales I've seen live, which is 47, 48, 49, and the UK season, is probably the one that I think is my favorite out of all of them. I think it was just, I don't know. It's like, because it was, I think having known some spoilers that actually turned out to be wrong, part of it was probably the fact that I was actually surprised
What do
by
you mean
how
you
it
knew
ended up.
spoilers that turned out to be wrong?
So there was, so I got spoiled because of, I don't know if this has been talked about, but because a member of production posted a photo with the logo that they put at the end of the reunion.
Okay.
And that photo, but because they posted a photo of that logo, had everybody on the merge's signature on it.
Okay.
And one of the things on the logo was a heart with Rizzo, Savannah, and Sophie. And I think a lot of people came to the conclusion that that meant that they were the final three. So I think it was kind of cool to see that not be the case.
Yeah. That's the best feeling also when you think that you're spoiled and then it turns out to not be what you thought it was. I had in going back to Survivor San Juan del Sur, I had somebody, I used to have the voicemail line for the podcast, and somebody called into the voicemails and was like, Baylor Wilson wins the season. Like, screw you. I was like, what? I'm like, I can't believe it. What the hell? And so all season, I'm like, oh, Baylor's going to win. And then like she got voted out. I was like, oh my God.
And that's such a good vote as well.
Yeah. So that's what, and so if I ever come across a spoiler, I just tell myself like, well, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty fun. I think there's something that I kind of noticed is that when we look at this season and you look at the story of it, at least from generally, you've got a very disadvantaged minority overcoming an overwhelming majority and making it to the end, where someone from that minority ends up winning. And I kind of thought about the seasons that actually this is true of throughout the years of Survivor. And I think I'd probably argue the first is Marquesas. Even though, Marquesas, I would say so. And then you have, I think, Vanuatu, maybe because I know it is just Chris. But I think there's an argument for that. But the most obvious example, and I think the most obvious comparison, is probably Samoa. Where you do have, the is it Galoo imploding?
Yep.
Yeah. And something that
I think Foa.
Yeah. I can't do a Russell impression. I haven't practiced it. I don't want to embarrass myself. I'll leave that to you.
I need like a system. I need like I'm too disorganized with all of I
sort them into like little boxes.
Yeah, I can't find anybody when I need them. Like I found Lil finally. Hey, Rob, remember when you said remember when you said you were gonna take me out of the box and use me on the show? What happened to that? What happened, Rob? You said
they're called squats, John.
I do aerobics, okay? Look, I'm squatting right now. Nathan, you remind me of a nice young man I used to know named Ryan.
Skinny Ryan.
That was my friend.
Skinny Ryan's a player who I've always felt deserved better than what he got, But yeah, I guess so. My point with the other seasons that follow that structurally is that some of those are ones that are actually criticized, not Vanuatu, I'd say, but Marquesas and Samoa are ones criticized for the edits, for obviously Marquesas Vesepia, very under edited, and Samoa Russell very over edited and completely dominates the screen time. And I have seen people complaining about 49's edit to an extent. So I think in hindsight, with a full season, completed, do you think that it is an exception to that rule or not?
It really was very lopsided in terms of the underdogs. And I think that is like a story Survivor does love to tell. So I definitely feel like, was it too much of a spoiler that they were going all in on the people that were on the bottom?
I think so. I think given that
like the
you know,
Tika 3
yeah.
got so much air, but it was, and this was even like this made like the Tika 3 look like this was nothing. Like we still knew who like all the like Franny and Danny and and Heidi and like the people on the other side. We got to know them more than the people on the other side of this season.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it's one that's like, it's not that it wasn't terrible, but I think it could maybe use some balancing. But I think this is probably one I'm gonna have to rewatch this one and see how I feel about it, because I feel like it is one that is gonna hold up better on a rewatch.
Mhm.
Certainly better than I think 48 will.
Yeah.
That's just my kind of take on it. But overall, I think it was a good.
I'll say this: season 49 was the best Survivor season US of the year. But probably
that's
the
fair.
best Survivor season of the year was probably the UK versus the world.
UK versus. I'd love to see UK versus the world.
UK Nathan is on the screen. Australia versus the world. Although I
Yeah,
have
no.
to say, I did not watch the Australian Survivor season with the normies, so I cannot
I haven't watched
properly
that either,
rank
to be
that.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I look forward to UK versus the world. That'll be a good one.
UK
With
versus
our,
the world. Yeah, Matthew from UK was at the live show, so get it started.
He was. Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you so
yeah.
much, Nathan, and have a great holiday. Okay.
Thanks. You too.
Okay. All right. Bye. Okay. All right. Nathan does not have the last word. Quentin will have the last word. Quentin, how are you?
What's up? I jumped on really late. I thought you'd be done already, but here you are. So thought I'd say hi.
Here we are. Okay, Quentin, and we've been talking about Survivor 50 and Survivor 49. What do you think?
Well, my thoughts on 50 are, please don't screw it up. My thoughts on 49, though, I really liked this final three. I think it was probably the strongest final three we've had in a while. I mean, I had counted Sage out as like pretty sure you're not going to win, but I still love her. I still think she's like a really solid player. I think a lot of third place finishes in the new era have been, 0 vote wins. I'm glad 0 vote
Jeff said it
finals.
was good. We had everybody got votes.
Yeah, I love a 5-2-1. I think that's great. Very few in the new era. We had a lot of 0 vote finalists in the new era, but good for Sage. And even from the final four, I was like, whoever wins, I'm happy with it. My money was on Savannah. But yeah, great final four. And Christina too, I think put up a really good fight at final five. A lot of times our first boot of the finale is kind of ho hum and like we know what's going to happen. But I thought Christina did a heck of a job, fighting for herself at that tribal. So that was great. Overall, I'm really happy with the season.
Okay. All right. Quentin, that fitting that you have the last word on a very positive 2.5 hour patron Q&A.
I know. I was surprised. Normally you have something to rush off to.
Oh, that me? I mean, listen, that it's a busy schedule over here on Rob's podcast. I love to do the call, but we also have, I wear a lot of hats for Rob as a podcast. Where
You do so much for us, and we appreciate it.
I'm not even saying like that. Like it's, I love to get to do the podcast, but I also then have like a lot of calls and meetings that go into like running the rest of the stuff that happens like when I'm not on the podcast. So sometimes we end up like having to book, we have a call scheduled for 5 or 5:30. But today, not the case. All right. So Quentin, thank you so much.
Yes. Oh, one last thing. Do we have a reschedule for Don Meehan?
We did. I'm sorry that Don Meehan. Sometimes we have the player and then they say, "Oh, I can't make it," and then they sort of they run away.
It happens.
Like,
well, my Survivor hot take, if Mike Bloom ever asks me if I'm ever on the show, mine will be Don Meehan deserved the win.
Okay. All right, Quentin, thank you so much. Okay.
See ya.
Bye. Okay. All right. There you go. This was a great call today. I really did appreciate the perspective. And Yeah, thank you for all the kind words that I got today. So many nice things that I heard, but it was also really great to hear that a lot of people in the community are like, hey, let's give it a chance. Let's not throw out season 50 just yet. Let's see what they do. I'm excited they're taking a swing. So that was actually like I thought that maybe people would be really down today, but it was actually the complete opposite. So it just goes to show you, don't believe everything you read online. All right. Thank you so much. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye. This is RHAP. We know reality TV.